can't start the stream until the YouTube video hits 300 likes. It won't let me. It won't let me. YouTube is holding me hostage. They say I have to get a certain number of likes before I can start the stream. They won't give me their bandwidth. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Listen, yeah, we're slowly but surely we're going to consolidate some sort of cult status. God damn. It looks like whatever issue was happening with the YouTube live stream shit has fixed itself, because right now they're beginning of the stream, 1,000 people here. What's up? I'm so happy to be here in your company, because we've got a great stream planned for all of you today. And by planned, I mean I vaguely thought of things we do. You know, I never actually plan these streams. Did you know that? I never do. I get like we can do this, and that. I have like ideas for maybe a video or an idea that we can go over, but I never ever plan the streams. You guys know why? I haven't forgotten, okay? I haven't forgotten the original purpose of my streams, okay? There are a lot of political commentary streams out there, you know, on the left. We've got Sam Cedar, of course. We have the Michael Brooks Show. We have I guess he's not really on the left. We've got David Pacman, more of a social democrat there, I guess. But they have like this show, you know, it's like very structured and they wear like suits and stuff. But me, no. Me, I have a different plan, okay? My goal originally was to prove that conservative rhetoric is so brain dead that I can debunk it without even doing any research. Without even, I can just watch a video. I don't have to pre-watch the video. I don't have to write any thoughts down. I don't have to do any research. I don't have to engage in any specialized training. I don't have to wear any gloves. I can just go in, I can watch the video, and I can bam, 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 just like that, you know? To prove that you can do that too. That's the goal. If I can do it, all you guys can do it. And that's the goal today. We're going to keep that tradition moving forward. I am so excited for today's stream. Listen up. First off, Adam will be coming in at 1 p.m. PST. In the middle of the stream, not at the beginning. So that you can get your complaining out of the way now. Complain now, but then don't complain anymore. It's going to be a little bit. We got plenty to talk about besides Adam, though. For those of you who don't know, and I suppose I should let you know because it's wild to imagine that anyone doesn't know, Adam from YourMovieSucks has been one of the most prominent movie review channels on YouTube for like a decade. Like, he's been doing this for ages, and he's done other stuff too. He has like he just hit 1 million subs. He's got a podcast. He does video game Let's Plays. He does fucking... He's got a band. He's currently, like, releasing an album. Like, he does so much shit, you know? If you know anything about Cool Cat, I mean, he's kind of the one who... woo, brought that up. So that's fantastic. I've been a fan of his for ages. Really, really awesome, honestly, to have a chance to speak with him. Are you sure the YouTube thing is fixed? I'm pretty sure it is, just judging by the number of people in stream, but I imagine there are still going to be some folks who are having trouble seeing it. Yeah, he is. Yeah. So we can do all the memes, but listen, guys, listen. As a content creator myself, normally people don't like it when you meet them, like you meet a content creator and then you just repeat their memes back at them, okay? That's why when I met Destiny in real life for the first time, I didn't go, what's up, buddy? I'm super curious. How was your day? I don't do that. Because they've heard it 1 million times. Likewise, when my fans meet me, I you know, it'd be what's a thing that I do? What's the thing that I do? What's a thing that I do? Come on, guys. I don't know. You guys know me better. From, you know, sort of the horse sticks. Oh, can we please focus? Yeah, horse cock, can we please? Yeah, like Hey Vosh, let's focus up on horsecock, and then like shakes my hand or something. Yeah. Like we get it. Okay, I've heard it all before, you know. So likewise, when I'm talking to Adam, I am not going to say I'm not going to say like oh wow, this conversation was I'd rate it an 8 out of 10, closer to a 9, but I'm gonna go with 8. I'm not going to do that, and I want you guys to try your best too, okay? I want you guys to try your best too. I believe in you. He's going to do that. Well, if he wants to do that, he can. I can bring up horse stick. He can bring up the 6 out of 10 meme, okay? That's fair. That's fine. That's decent. Don't embarrass me. All right, listen up, folks. I do say listen up, folks, all the time, don't I? I feel like I treat you guys like I'm wrangling a bunch of rams. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even, like, we're not even in separate rooms. I have to physically, like, move you guys on to the next topic. I can't just say it. I have to, like, drag you guys over. uh, but not all is well in the land of political discourse. I don't know if you folks have noticed. Now, I'm an American, good old red-blooded American. I live here in America. We've got a little bit of an epidemic on our hands. Coronavirus has gotten pretty bad, folks. And most people are staying at home. Because, of course, when you go out there and you work, you expose yourself to more people, increases the rate at which the coronavirus spreads, obviously. So people stay at home. And predictably, it took all of about 1 week for conservatives to lose their fucking mind. Because as it turns out, everyone staying at home is bad for the economy. Now, for a normal, sane human being, let's do some quick calculus. For a normal, sane human being, let's think, okay? There's a pandemic on. Which would we rather do to prevent economic catastrophe? Because we can't just have no solution. We have to do something about the economy. We can't just like turn it off, you know. What do? Do we allow the government to use emergency powers to seize the supply lines and institute a full quarantine along with rations, the way other countries have done and succeeded in doing, using the powers that we know work because we've used them during wartime, saving millions of lives and single-handedly propping the economy up during a pandemic? Or do we just send everyone back to work and allow millions to die so that line can go back up? Well, let me tell you, folks, I don't know what your answer is, but these happy people, they've got some answers themselves. If given the choice between dying and plunging the country I love into a Great Depression, I would happily die. Agreed. This is a no-brainer for true-blooded Americans. I was thinking the same thing. I'm ex-military. Not EX ex-military, but X, like Project X. This dude worked on Wolverine. Especially if you've lived your years, why would you want your country to crash? I am in the high-risk group. I'm 68 years old, had grandparents go through the Great Depression. They were poor to begin with and never recovered. I'd rather get the virus than destroy the country for my children and grandchildren. I am capitalist, free market advocate. I care about future generations. I am a proud business owner who does not want government help. A glorious death is more rewarding. Hashtag government control is the only thing causing universal death. Now, folks, I know. That's some cringy ass LARPing right there. But let's really think about this for a second. Let's really think about this. There are actually solutions to our current economic woes that are not sending people in to die. And these people are literally offering to trade their own lives. Do you know what fascism is? Fascism, ultranationalism, glory to the state, you know? Believing that life is lived for struggle, believing that the individual should be able to sacrifice themselves for the glory of the nation. I mean, what does this look like to you? if given the choice between dying and plunging the country I love into a Great Depression, I'd happily die. What happened to collectivism bad? Aren't these people the ones who say that collectivism is cancer? Well, I mean, they don't like collectivism when it's people organizing around their class interests, but when it's collectivism around dying to preserve the stock market of your nation state. I mean, there we go. But I think this really highlights the fundamental stupidity of the fascist mythos of living to die, because this guy's like, I will gladly die a glorious death to preserve my country. What does a glorious death look like? The glorious death is a 68-year-old fucking balding fat white guy with a thin mustache reopening his 7-Eleven that he manages so that he can continue to sell fucking 6-pack donuts and Bic lighters to a truck stopper every 15 minutes. That's his. And then 3 months later he dies in a hospital, like fucking mass grave, because they didn't have enough respirators for everyone. That's his glorious death, you know? And nobody, folks, right now better represents this decline in the facade of conservative, humanitarianism, than what we're looking at right now from none other than Ben Shapiro. Make no mistake, folks. Conservatives have always wanted you to die so the economy can be a little bit better. Just a smidgen. Where exactly was I? Every time I click on the damn thing, I end up moving. Is it here? Yeah, here we go. Every single time. Conservatives want you to die. I've said this many times before. Many times before. But right now, listen to the weasel words, dude. The question about when to reopen the economy is not unaskable. To ask it is not cruel or evil. It's a vitally important question. Even more important is getting the answer right. We can do it too soon, but we can also do it too late. Folks, this is literally just asking questions about causing a genocide. And it would be a genocide. You think when people get sent back to work to make red line go back up, it's going to be disproportionately affecting the wealthy who can afford private health care? No, my friends. It will affect the poor. And this is yet another example of wealthy people being willing to ask, like type of questions maybe, about maybe possibly, throwing people to the sacrificial pit in order to keep the economy up and avoid answering questions about restructuring our economy. Again, we could solve this. America is the most productive, wealthy nation in the history of the planet, for all we know, in the history of the entire universe. Who knows what's out there? Do you have any idea how well we could mobilize resources if we want to? But care not for the memes about from conservatives about the government being unable to muster resources when it needs to. The war machine during World War II was devastatingly efficient, and you know how they did it? Because by seizing supply lines and coordinating private enterprise for the public good, you can do shit that the free market economy would never be able to find a profit motive for. Right now, there are people who are manufacturing respirators for $18 trillion suing people who are using 3D printers to print them out for $1. That's the economy. That's right now. That's the market economy doing its work right now. Right now, we have legal battles over whether or not people should be able to produce life-saving medical equipment. That's the moral dilemma we are currently grappling with. I don't like government regulation. I'm not a tanky. I am very much in favor of a bottom-up, worker-owned approach towards most solutions. But when it comes to national crises, and I don't think this is inconsistent in the slightest. When it comes to national crises, and this is absolutely that. This is unquestionably that. I don't think it's even remotely unacceptable to consider implementing emergency powers to start to coordinate government power in favor of letting private industry solve everything. The funniest thing, of course, is that Ben Shapiro actually he committed a cardinal sin while tweeting out his genocide apologia. He noticed me. So I'm, here I am being a little mean to him. Proudly retweeted by Ben Shapiro. Okay, there we go. That's going on my Twitter forever, all right? From now on until the day I die, I have taken up a tiny, minuscule fragment of his smooth brain. His brain has been varnished in the the red paint of my anarcho-syndicalist political agenda. This is collectivism, and this is class warfare, fundamentally. Here's the answer to these questions, all right? No, people shouldn't go back to work. If people start telling you to go back to work, if that's a decision you have to make individually because you have your own finances to consider, we don't know where the laws are going to be in a couple of months or weeks even, you have to make that decision. But no, we shouldn't be going back to work. No, 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 no. Do you know why? Let me familiarize you guys with a little something, something, okay? Hold on, really quickly. You're going to like this, all right? It's a paint stream, but it's a brief one. Who here is familiar with the term flatten the curve? Perhaps you are a fan of the dick flattening meme, where the cute girl rolls the dick flattener. You put your dick in and then you flatten it into a sheet, which you can do a lot with. Well, this is kind of like that, except we're doing it to prevent a pandemic. Observe. I'm going to explain to you very, very quickly why what Ben Shapiro and other conservatives are currently just asking questions about is akin to genocide apologia and might end up causing about the same material level of suffering as like a small Holocaust. I'm not joking. That's not me being hyperbolic. Allow me to demonstrate. Let's get a nice. We'll get a black for the straight line. There we go. Look at that. Nice, clean. Okay. What color should let's use a blue, not a darker blue. How about that? There we go. Watch this, folks. Now, let's say everything goes perfect when it comes to the quarantine and we successfully flatten the curve. The purpose of flattening the curve isn't keeping people from getting sick. It's making sure the total number of sick people never exceeds the capacity of our healthcare system. Now, why is the capacity of our healthcare system so low? Well, I don't know why we don't have Medicare for all either. Hey, I don't know. Okay. Who knows? But this is what happens if we do it perfect like, okay? Okay. We're good. Hey, that was pretty good. Did you see that? That was with my mouse. Did you see that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, check this out, folks. Under these circumstances, with the curve being flattened, do you know what the mortality rate of COVID-19 is? It seems to be about 2%. That seems to be the case. About 2% of people who will get it will die. The vast majority of which are going to be much older, maybe 2-3%. It changes. There are a lot of different estimates, but let's just work with very simple math, okay? About 2%, most of these being very old or immunocompromised people. So while it can kill younger people, and you should be careful about that, it's not nearly as likely. Now, from my understanding, 15% of people who get COVID-19 require hospitalization at some point. Of the 2% here who die, almost all of them will require hospitalization. I mean, think about it. If it kills you, you probably need to go to the hospital over it, right? I think that makes sense. We can all agree that makes sense, no? If something is severe enough to kill you, it's probably severe enough to warrant a hospital visit. Then what happens exactly? Let's put on our thinking caps. What happens exactly if the curve doesn't get flattened and if we all go back to work super quick so Ben Shapiro and his wealthy, here, let's make it a little more pointed. So Ben Shapiro and his oligarch friends can go back to saving up to buy a private island. Well, here's what happens. The people who get sick in an unflattened curve, when the healthcare requirements, the spike happens before the spike in the bottom curve. Okay, so you're all right for the technicality fucking, yeah, okay, sure. All right, we'll be real. Sorry if my fucking mouse drawing isn't sufficient. I'm so sorry to the statisticians in my fucking community who are irritated that I am not capable of, okay, yeah, you're right. Wow, because it happens faster, it peaks earlier. I took high school math. I'm coming. All right, we're sticking with that, you stupid piece of shit. I don't care if that's not mathematically correct. Shut up. Now listen, okay? That's good enough. Fuck you. The people who die within this range, or the people who are infected by COVID-19 under this range, are still below the maximum capacity of the hospitals. The people here, the people who would go back to work and get sick earlier than they would have under other circumstances, these people are going to still have a mortality rate of about 2 to 3%. Do you know what happens to these people? These are people the healthcare system can't accommodate. Almost every single person in this group who requires hospitalization, dead. Or at the very least, at a very high risk of death. We turn a 2 to 3% mortality rate into a 15 to 20% mortality rate because we are no longer capable of putting out the hospital beds for people who need respirators to survive. This wouldn't just hit boomers, folks. This would hurt poor people. Young people have been going to the hospitals over COVID-19 too. In essence, not flattening the curve, just letting it burn out the way people like Ben Shapiro are advocating for, would increase the total mortality rate by a factor of 4 to 5. This is going with CDC numbers. I didn't make this up. The CDC has estimated a significant increase in the mortality rate if we are not able to flatten the curve, if we are not able to practice social distancing effectively and minimize the total number of people who are sick at the same time. Do you know what the population of the United States of America is? The population is about 340 million? So let's do some quick math, okay? 340, 320? Let's just say 300. Let's keep the math really easy. There are more than 300 people in this country, but let's just say 300, okay? So, if we were to assume then, and this is an incredibly rough estimate, that about 60%, let's just say half, really rough numbers. If 50% of the population ends up getting COVID-19 at some point, and the mortality rate is maintained at 2% because because we are able to maintain stay below the hospitalization threshold, that means about, what is that? 2% of 300 million? 6 million people? That's about 6 million people in a best case scenario projected. Oh wait, sorry. Only half the people are going to get it. 3 million, my apologies. Because we're doing only half the people get COVID. That's about 3 million people who are going down. More or less. This is no guarantee, by the way. This is just following projection numbers that we're aware of. We're nowhere near the peak of this pandemic. Not even close. Now, if we end up doing what Ben Shapiro and his oligarch buddies want you to do, where we don't flatten the curve and we all just go back to work and sacrifice people to the fucking machine god of capital, let's be really generous and say that about 2/5 of the infected population are infected outside the range of hospitalization. That might be an incredibly conservative estimate. If 150 million people end up getting infected, 2/5 of that is 60 million people, of which a mortality rate of 15%. Uh, 15%, but it would be an additional 12%. No, be additional 13% because we're looking at the 2%. 10, 6 million, 9 million. So just using some rough math here, we're probably looking at an increase of 8 to 9 million people dead. I love mouse drawing. If what Ben Shapiro and other conservative people are advocating for. I understand this is incredibly rough math, but if you go look at the CDC and what the CDC is projecting might happen if we don't engage in any meaningful quarantine protocols, this is literally what is expected. Just do the simple math. About 300 million people in this country, more or less, approximately. And if we exceed the threshold, do you know how many hospital beds there are in this country? 1 million. That's 1 million hospital beds in this country. A fraction of a percent of the population of this country. So if at any point in time, more than 1 million human beings require hospitalization, and keep in mind, by the way, we're not just hospitalizing people for coronavirus. People still get car accidents. People still have cancer. People still have, I don't know, HIV. There are plenty of things that people can go to the hospital for that aren't coronavirus. So I don't know how many hospital beds that leaves open. What, maybe half? I have no idea. Again, we're working with rough numbers here. There is a very decent likelihood that the policies conservatives are currently pushing for, that the policies that conservatives are trying to use as a desperate stopgap to prevent any consideration of restructuring our economy, might lead to an increase in the mortality of this country by millions of people. 5, 6, 7 million more, maybe? I don't know. All we have are rough estimates. It's impossible to accurately predict what's going to happen in the spread of a pandemic. But this is genocide. That is what is being advocated for here. And Ben Shapiro and the other conservatives are genocide apologists who are more concerned with preventing any discussion concerning the mobilization of the economy under a central federal effort than they are with keeping a number of people literally equivalent to the population of the Holocaust, victims from dying. I don't think we have enough gravestones. We're going to have to do mass graves. What do you think we'll write in those mass graves? How many of those people do you think will have died gloriously to save their country from the evils of from the evils of a potential federal takeover? What do you think they would write? Here lies like Bob Frederick, died still manning his post at Ace Hardware. Infected 827 people over the course of 3 months while carrying the disease before finally succumbing to it himself. Produced 1/1 billionth of a percentage point of the total GDP of the country. May he live on. What do we say about this? God damn. At least when the Nazis, you're not trying to do any Nazi apologia here, but at least there was some decent effort being put into the Nazi mythos of glorious sacrifice for the nation here. You know what I mean? Like, at least with the Nazis, no credit to the Nazis or anything, but when a Nazi says, I am going to sacrifice myself for the glory of the nation. Long live the fatherland. Long live the glorious Aryan race. That's German. That's what Germans sound like. And then they put on a uniform and they put on a bunch of medals, and at least they just go out and die to a bullet. They just go out and die to a bullet. At least there's something. There's a little story there. There's a little something. You guys know I'm right. There's a little something there. There's he died in battle. He was at Normandy. He was in a bunker. He got blown the fuck out by some fucking British bomber. I don't know. He got hit by an artillery shell. I have no idea. There's something there. But the fascists in this country trying to mobilize people to die for their nation just want them to stand at a retail checkout counter for 8 hours a day, slowly and quietly infecting everything around them before they die hacking in a gray room filled with 700 COVID-19 sick people before being dumped into a mass grave. Truly honorable. Maybe there is. Maybe it's just because I like anime. Okay, maybe there is some glory in combat, shit that there's some legitimacy to. But this really, how far they've fallen, right? I mean, god damn. At least you could sell the story beforehand. At least you can make a cool fucking video game out of the glorious sacrifice for the fatherland. But with this, I want games about this. If we end up not flattening the curve, if we end elongating the curve, I want there to be video games about this, okay? It needs to be like Gallipoli. You've seen the movie Gallipoli, right? the World War I movie. You know what I'm talking about? Where they've got that guy and he's like, you see him raised and he's like this cool kid. He's got friends. He's a cool guy. Great movie. I'm spoiling it for you. Eat shit. Cool guy. Really cool, you know, living life. He travels the world. He learns, wow, World War One. I'm in Australia. I'm going to participate in World War One. I'm going to, for the glory of, Australia and Western society, I will defeat the Central Powers. And then they go, and due to some general's error, he charges out of the trenches with his gun and he gets shot in the head. That's the moment the movie ends. They spend 2 hours characterizing this really cool guy, and then just a bullet through the brain, movie ends. That's it. Done. Fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. You know? And that I want that energy. I want that vibe. I know it really depicts the horrors of war. It's called Gallipoli. I don't know how it's spelled either. It's depicting the horrors of war, really. It's, you talk all about glory and stuff. You take a movie like Saving Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan does a lot to depict, sort of the horrors of war, but there's still this general feeling of brotherhood and glory as you charge forward and defeat the evil Nazis. But in reality, you know what war is to a lot of people? War is spending your entire life hoping for a future, to live your life happily with a family, and then charging out because some dumb fuck above you doesn't know how to manage a battle correctly, and then getting popped. Instant black. Done. That was your whole life. Congrats. You die at 19, you accomplish nothing, you never even saw the face of an enemy. That's warfare. Great. And that's the energy that I want for the fucking 2078's hit movie COVID-19. And it's the life of a fucking ex-military vet. He served in the Iraq War. He came back to America. He loves this country. He loves Ben Shapiro. He loves owning the libs. And then he hears about the coronavirus. Ooh, the Democratic hoax. They're trying to take down Trump. But eventually, oh, whoops, that actually was real. Not going to blame Trump for the misinformation, though. Just moving on forward. And then, oh no. People are staying inside. The red line is going down. I served my country in Iraq, and I'm going to keep serving it. And my 7-Eleven. And he hobbles out on his one leg because one was blown off by like an IED, in Iraq. And then he hobbles over, and then and for 6 months he works at the 7-Eleven, and he slowly develops the symptoms, and he gets everyone around him sick, and then he dies, and nobody could even see him on his deathbed because they didn't even have enough protective equipment to give his family to allow them to see him safely as he was dying. That's it. That's the movie I want to see. And it ends with him being dumped into a mass grave. That's what I want to see. Big old mass grave. The Washingtonian mass grave, okay? Somewhere out fucking Puget Sound. We can do it out by the bay. Just dig a big fucking hole and dump all the fucking COVID-19 dumb fucks who honestly, unironically believe that saving the red line is more important than preserving the lives of millions of human beings, That's a fucking movie. That's a movie. Sign me. I'm pitching this to Adam. For fucking YMS. That's what I'm pitching to him. He'd like it. You guys don't believe it. You don't like it. You plebeians can't appreciate the artistic majesty of my vision. Okay. All right. True. Okay. We should probably read donos before we move on. Next topic. All right. Next topic. Are you ready for it? You're not ready for it. It's a hypothetical. It's a rhetorical question. I know you're not. You're not even capable of understanding what's coming up next. You don't even fucking know. Everyone know Ariel Scarcella, the cis, white, lesbian TERF who recently left the left and has since gone on to be all buddy-buddy with Tim Pool and Steven Crowder. Well, I haven't seen any of these videos, But I heard from an insider source that Ariel Scarcella feels as though she's being maligned by the left and isn't able to have any decent convos with them. So maybe we can have a nice, we can give it a look. Maybe we can peep her content, see her we could talk transition away from the left. Maybe we can introduce her to some good arguments, huh? All right, hold up. Tammy with the tier 1 sub. I think I last donoed before you moved house. You seem to be doing really well. You deserve it. I love the new graphics for the YouTube intro and stuff. Can I get hypers for the Corona commune? Love ya, XOXO. Fucking hypers. That's what I'm saying. And happy to have you back. And thank you. I do all my own art assets, except for the animation, of course, and the music. I can't do those things. I can't animate or make music. I don't have that talent. But I draw all the drawn assets. Trotsky for life with the unbelievably generous tier 3 subscription. Thank you so fucking much, comrade. I really do appreciate that. It's very kind of you, very based of you, not cringe at all. Honestly, thank you. Molly with the tier 2 sub. Can't get dicks outside, so I'll settle for dicks here. I can get dicks inside because mine is very long and I can bend it in down and under. True. Matthew Banks, the $5. Striker did so badly on the kill stream that I bet if Vosh went on the kill stream, he could gut Fuentes like a fish. I could probably gut Fuentes like a fish anywhere, even though he's off YouTube now. I don't know what benefit there is to acknowledging his existence, but I'm not going on the kill stream again. I've had my fun. I've had my shake. Ralph is a degenerate lunatic, and I will never give him any more sort of tangential views by interacting with this show. Spout with the $5. I say this is my best convo ever. I'd rate it 6 out of 10. I'll consider it. Okay, I'll consider it. K with the $2. Where'd you get that pink anime shirt last night? Pink anime shirt. I'm currently wearing a pink anime shirt. What do you mean pink? Oh, exclamation point boys in chat. That's the thing. Exclamation point boys in chat. Zap with the $5. Good to be back watching the. Oh, now you're all. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Good to be back watching the streams. UK on full quarantine, trying to keep mental health and spirits high. That's what I'm talking about. Mother effer. That's what I'm talking about. Do take care of yourselves, comrade. I know that we're getting Metro, 2027 or whatever it is pretty fast, but we're going to make it through this. Shun with the $13.37. Thank you so fucking much, comrade. Very elite of you. Over the last past months, you've helped me convert from a liberal to a socialist, so I'm redistributing some of your wealth, some wealth your way. Thank you very much, comrade. It is true. The essence of socialism is giving money to e-boys. Is it 2033? 2033. The essence of socialism is giving money to e-boys. This was known. Engels wrote about it. I am basically the nexus of all socialist advocacy. So just put it through me. I'm sure it'll go to a good cause, like food and rent. Ken Monger with the $5. It's official. Trump is Passad in disguise. If fucking only he had that kind of will. Balthazar with the $2. Can't we just Donaril? I don't get it. Donaril? True. That's true. That's very true. And Somnio Static with the $5. COVID now and end COVID-19 live. Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, are these maps concerning the? Yeah. We got some data here, folks. 18,000 dead in total. That's looking pretty good. We gotta. These are rookie numbers. Gotta pump these way higher. We're getting blown the fuck out now by Italy. Fucking Italy. Italy of all people. We gotta pump these fucking way the fuck higher. Jesus. My state, Washington, is in second place for deaths. Honestly, what about first? Come on. What are we fucking amateur hour over here? Texas sucked them with your 1 sub. I always thought you were being hyperbolic when you said conservatives want you to die, but Dan Patrick telling my grandparents to die has proved me wrong. Yeah. This was here. Okay, I should have included this in the original clip because this is so perfectly indicative of what I was referring to earlier, but here you go.
It's what's happening to this country. Living in fear of is what's happening to this country. And, Tucker, no one reached out to me and said, as a senior citizen, are you willing to take a chance on your survival in exchange for keeping the America that all America loves for your children and grandchildren? And if that's the exchange...
Are you willing to die? to keep your local Panda Express profit margins in the green. Sir, as a red-blooded American, if you are not willing to take your stand at White Castle's and serve the entirety of your shift, can you even call yourself an American? I am calling now to revoke citizenship for everyone in this country who is not willing to leave their house to buy a minimum of $350 of clothing from Marshall's, Kohl's, Target, Walmart, and Ross Dress for Less combined on a weekly basis. We need to keep our economy together. Why the Obama voice? I only have like 3 voices, okay?
And that doesn't make me noble or brave or anything like that. I just think there are lots of grandparents out there in this country, like me, I have 6 grandchildren, that what we all care about and what we love more than anything are those children. And I want to...
Listen, Tucker Carlson is basically a Nazi, but can we appreciate him weird champing this fucking guy?
Live smart and see through this, but I don't want the whole country to be sacrificed. And that's what I see. I've talked to hundreds of people, Tucker, and just in the last week, and making calls all the time.
Look at him, he's fucking stone-faced.
The same thing, that we can't lose our whole country. We're having an economic collapse. I'm also a small businessman. I understand it.
Everyone in favor of taking Texas's Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and using him as America's sponge and mop? It can be like a kink thing. We'll put him in a harness and put a stick on him, and we'll just use him to clean all of our vital infrastructure. He can be the sacrifice that he has always dreamed of forcing other people to be.
And I talk with business people all the time, Tucker, and my heart is lifted tonight by what I heard the president say, because we can do more than one thing at a time. We can do 2 things. So, my message
you can work and you can die.
Let's get back to work. Let's get back to living. Let's be smart about it. And those of us who are 70 plus, we'll take care of ourselves, but don't sacrifice the country. Don't do that. Don't ruin this great America.
This is delightful, because he is not just saying go back to work if you're healthy and strong. He's saying go back to work even if you're fucking 85 years old, even if you're on death's door already and you have no fucking immune system, just go back to work. Just take care of yourself, bro. Just take care of yourself. Think of the children. I'm definitely thinking of the children right now and not my stock portfolio. Think of the children. They say furiously Googling the Dow every fucking day. Think of the children. Come on, give me the, come on. You want to see what happened to the Dow when people started talking? Come on. Yeah, here we go. This is what happened to the Dow when people started talking today and yesterday about sending people back to work to their death. Line go up. The market is like, the proles will be sent back? The blood is coming? Yay! Give me the data. Why does it take so fucking long? The change doesn't show on a one month chart because the data point hasn't been entered yet for the segment of time during which. Why is it not showing? Whatever. The point is that the stock market just the moment like, oh, what? Wait. We don't have to respect the quarantine. We can just send people out there to die. We can just do that. Wait, that sounds great. Wait, that's fantastic. We can just let people die. Wow, that's great for the economy. Oh, fuck. Wait, hold on. Okay, I want to do donations. I'm concerned about time, though. I'm going to do the Ariel fettuccine thing. Because I want to make sure I can finish it before Adam comes. Okay? All right, okay. Hold on. Wait, donuts are going to happen. I'm not ignoring them. They're still happening. They're still there. They're not gone. They're still there. They're not done. Just temporary. We're just gonna do content. Do you guys have any fucking lucky? How lucky you are. Wait, did I just say, do you guys have any fucking lucky? How did I start? I even took a second to start that. Hold on. No, we're going quiet again. Hold on. Oh, we're going quiet again. We're staying quiet for twice as long to preempt the segment of the VOD. No, end stream. And oh, we're done. No, we're not actually done. If I do that, people will actually leave. They'll think I'm actually done. Okay, hold on. Do you guys have any idea how lucky you are to have me here with you in this time? Now, not just because I'm, just a phenomenally talented orator and public, speaker, but also because I could be making 10 times as much money right now. Do you know how? All I have to do is leave the left. Wait, did I do it again? Did I seriously do it again? I did it again? No, I didn't. Oh my fucking god, you people. You fucking people. You weaselly little pieces of shit. All right. I have an iron will. You guys have no idea how lucky you are to have me here with you as a leftist political commentator, okay? And it's not just because I'm, astonishingly talented, phenomenal orator, 8 feet tall, enormous penis. It's not just because of that. It's mostly, now I didn't fuck it up this time. You guys can't make fun of me. See, for you in the YouTube videos, you don't know, but I fucked the intro up twice. Listen, I could be making literally like $800,000 a year. I'm not joking. If I left the left. If I left the left. Do you know what it means to leave the left? A lot of people have done this. Tim Pool has done this. Dave Rubin has done this. He's very famous for having done this, Dave Rubin, he left the left. He used to work for the Young Turks. Apparently nobody liked him there because he is incredibly smooth-brained. And then he realized, well, I could actually make a lot more money if I didn't. Candace Owens, yeah, another great one. And we recently had another inductee to this venerable tradition of grifters making money and getting attention off of appealing to conservatives as a supposed left-leaning person. Ariel Scarcella! We ever heard about Ariel Scarcella? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had no idea the fuck this person was before all the drama started a few weeks ago. Some people say she's awful, some people say I don't know. She's a lesbian YouTuber who talks about LGBT stuff. Or I should say, I'm sorry, LGB issues. And, that video. I'm a lesbian woman, and I'm leaving the insane progressive left. I could make this video if I wanted to. I'm not a lesbian woman. I could say I'm a pansexual man, and I'm leaving the insane progressive left. I could do that if I wanted to. I could go on Dave Rubin's show. I could go on the Rubin Report. It would be like a Joker kind of situation, Or he'd bring me on. He'd be like, "Hey," and I'd be like, "Can you introduce me as the Loginator? You know what happens when you cross a dishonest conservative establishment with a YouTuber who has nothing to lose?" Nothing happens because political violence is wrong. Let's take a look at this video. I haven't seen any of this. I haven't seen this. Let's see. I'm ready to be confronted with the logic of this person with the enormous eyeballs. Now that I'm really looking at her. Wow. I can't make any comments on her appearance because people will call me sexist and ignore everything else I have to say if I do. But damn, those are some big whites. when my girlfriend was here before I started the stream, when I was getting all the videos prepped and stuff, she said that Ariel looks like Fred. You guys remember Fred? Maybe a little? And you know what I'm talking about? Some of you guys see it too.
I'm not one of them. Hi, I'm Ariel. I'm a lesbian, and I don't think gender is a social construct.
She kind of talks like Fred too.
I don't think cis straight white men are evil. I don't believe that genital preferences are transphobic or that there are 97 genders. I don't think.
All right, okay, we're gonna have to go through these one at a time, aren't we?
Hi, I'm Ariel. I'm a lesbian, and I don't think gender is a social construct.
That's okay. You're just, you know, operating outside of the conventional definition that is used in like all of academia. I mean, it's fine. If you don't believe gender is a social construct, that's your right as a God-fearing American. But it does make you wrong. Gender is by definition a social construct. That is what it means.
I don't think cis straight white men are evil.
Good thing basically nobody does. If you find a picture of a 14-year-old, one tweet with 5 likes, and a what is that, a Tumblr text post? You always see this. People always do this, like the tide of the feminists who believe men are all evil, and they'll find like one tweet with 4 likes. You know, damn. You'd think you'd try a little bit harder than that if you're trying to paint this as some sort of hegemonic opinion amongst the left.
I don't believe that genital preferences are transphobic or.
Well, good thing the video there says our genital preference is transphobic. You know, I've actually talked with a lot of trans people about this, and the overwhelming consensus seems to be that genital preferences are not intrinsically transphobic. I've never actually talked to somebody who believed that. If you really like pussy, if you just want to get your face in there, and you just really care about that, and you're into girls, you see a girl with a penis, and you're not really into penises, okay, whatever. I mean, I have body preferences too. I've seriously never actually heard like a large content creator, any like person with real reach, saying that genital preferences are transphobic. Probably why she wasn't able to cite any proof of people believing that, and just provided one picture of a YouTube thumbnail and another one where they ask the question but don't answer it. And
or that there are 97 genders.
Nobody believes there are 97 genders. Well, look at what we're looking at right here. Look, this is so perfect. This actually describes how it's stupid this woman is. Can I say that? Is that sexist? Look at this. What are these genders? Female to male, that's just being trans. FTM is just the same as female to male, except abbreviated. Gender bender and gender queer aren't genders. They're just ways of approaching your gender identity. Male to female and MTF are the same thing, just one is abbreviated. Non-op, it just means you haven't had a fucking operation. I don't know what hijra means. Pangender is just, again, not a gender. It just means what, you're all genders? I don't know. That's not the same as transsexual and oh, I see. One is with 1 S and one is with 2 S's. That's also not a gender. Trans person, not a gender. Woman and man. Here are the genders. Guys, we found them. Hijra are the 3rd gender in India. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you mean the thing that's been around for like thousands of years? Yeah, gotcha. Well, guys, we found the genders. Woman and man. We found the 3 genders. I can actually see the rest of the list that's being shown here if I remove my webcam. We have Two-Spirit, which is, I think, a Native American thing. Then we have trans, which is, again, not a gender. Agender, which is definitely not a gender. Third sex is probably some intersex thing, which isn't gender. Gender fluid isn't a gender. Non-binary transgender isn't a gender. And androgyne and butch are gender. Again, this is, remember, you know how people often say, like, the New York law shows there are 8 trillion genders. Nah, it actually just describes a huge list of gender terminology, not of genders. But nobody pays attention to that, you know. Nobody actually cares about that. They just use it for clickbait articles to, you know, manufacture outrage so their transphobic audience can jerk themselves off over how crazy the left has gotten.
I don't think that male sex offenders belong in women's prison.
Well, they're not male sex offenders, they're women. You can't argue your way around this. If people are, do you have any idea what happens to trans women in male prisons? If you actually care about preventing harm, then you would put them in women's prisons. This is one of those definitional slip-arounds. The vast scientific and social consensus trends towards the validity of trans people, so you don't actually get to make arguments like, I don't believe they should put men in women's prisons. Okay, well, good thing they're not men. They're women. Damn. Well, we solved that one.
I don't think it's normal for people to be praised for walking around with shirts that say kill TERFs. I don't.
What? It's not normal. Nobody. Is that normal? Ah, yes, the mainstream media constantly. Maybe it's normal in my chat over here. And I am, not political violence is of course wrong. I understand the sentiment. Is that normal? Notice how she has to phrase this from the perspective of victimhood. That's feminists for you. That's these stupid femoids for you. Always with the victimhood shit. She can't just say, I don't believe it's okay to say you want to kill TERFs. Okay, that's a fine statement. What she has to say is, I don't believe it's normal to praise people for walking around saying they want to kill TERFs. She has to phrase it in a way that implies that all of society is in favor of people saying they want to kill TERFs. Fucking snowflake.
Don't think like these people, and I no longer want to be associated with them.
So it's all just like trans shit then? It's just all trans stuff? I don't think you were associated with them. I mean, you're a transphobe, right? Like, were they associated with you? Good, stop calling yourself a feminist. But this is fine. Don't associate with us. That's totally fine.
I've reached peak LGBT. This is my coming out video. Never in my life have I been more canceled, tortured, tormented, harassed.
Quit whining, dude. What, harassed? You're just transphobic. Like, just own it, dude. What a fucking bitch. You're a fucking YouTuber. I get fucking call-out videos made about me all the time, like constantly. If you're a transphobe, you're transphobic, you're calling trans women men, you're a transphobe, so you're transphobic. People are going to call you transphobic. Why are you such a snowflake? What is this?
Then by members of my own community.
Oh no, damn, you're oh no. A few years ago, she got kicked off her famous comedy show for harassing two prominent YouTube trans women. Lol, she literally destroyed her own career. Damn, really? Wait. Is that true? Here's a Rational Wiki. Rational Wiki is not perfectly, accurate. If there are any inaccuracies here, just let me know. I just want to get to the meat of the issue. In August 2017, Scarcella teamed up with Jackie Glenn to produce a response to a video by Fiona, who, just like her girlfriend, trans feminist Riley Dennis, called on her audience to reflect how societal and cultural influences may have a role in trans exclusionary dating preferences. Is this the issue? She used to be on a show called Pillow Talk, and then got involved with... I see. Is Pillow Talk mentioned here? It is not. I said all videos. Give me an article or something. Is there no about section? Huh. Weird. Make matters worse, Scarcella tweeted her video with a caption calling Fiona a bisexual with a trans girlfriend a homophobic SJW, then proceeded to tag numerous influential anti-feminist and transphobic personalities. Interesting. That was 20. Here's Ario Scarcella. Oh, tagging Blair White back in 2017. Jacqueline Glenn. Shoe on Head. Funny, Shoe on Head I don't think has ever been transphobic. Buck Angel. Claire Shug. Megan Murphy. Damn, how far Shoe on Head has come. By the way, if you ever wanted to concern yourself with whether or not Ariel Scarcella ever was, or currently is, a progressive or an LGBT ally, she literally just a few days ago posted this. Stop assuming women are stupid if they vote for someone you don't like. Women are not a hive mind. It's sexist to think so. Literally the Candace Owens argument. Actually, you're racist if you say black people shouldn't vote for Trump. All All available evidence points towards Ariel Scarcella having been a conservative and a transphobe from the start, and like all transphobes who masquerade themselves as LGB allies, they're actually willing to drop everything and join up with fascists the nanosecond they get any pushback on their transphobia. The nanosecond that happens, they will just run right over to the fascists. Funny, I thought they were feminists, I thought they cared deeply about LGB rights, but apparently they'll drop those too. They care far more about ostracizing trans women than they do about maintaining their original political principles. So you can treat this person essentially like a cis Blair White.
Never have I witnessed literal mentally ill individuals who are latching themselves onto the LGBT community without actually being ill individuals.
What is the mental illness here? Literally mentally ill? I mean, apparently this woman's deranged enough to actually get canceled from shows because she can't hold her fucking tongue when it comes to being transphobic. So here's a video of a person yelling into a phone, maybe for like a recording.
Who are latching themselves.
And here's a person, and here are two people with like funny hair, I guess? What is this? When I think mentally ill, I think somebody calling themselves a feminist and then joining up with fascists. That's what I think of when I think of mentally ill. What is this?
Onto the LGBT community without actually being LGBT.
What does it mean to... Wait, who's not LGBT but is saying they're LGBT?
For the sake of oppression points, external validation, and sympathy.
These are literally just buzzwords, dude. There are no examples being provided.
Without actually being LGBT.
So, and then we just throw a headline, a trans person sexually assaulted inmates. Do you have any idea how often sexual assault happens in jail? Jail is literally a fucking hotbed of sexual assault all the time. It's just like one article. It's just like they just clip. This is the exact same shit people like Paul Joseph Watson will do with their fucking 1350 shit. They'll be like, here, the diverse youth of UK causing a ruckus yet again. And there'll be like a video of a black guy yelling on the street or something, This is the same shit that Sargon will do. It's the same shit that all fascist groups do, fundamentally. Rather than making arguments, they dazzle you with a bunch of fucking thrown out headlines and screenshots that are meant to sort of build a mental image. It's supposed to evoke a feeling. But the actual argument is completely deficient.
For the sake of oppression points.
I don't know what oppression points. Like why isn't she like elaborating on any of her positions? She's just buzzwords. She's just spewing all of the like common like conservative talk radio buzzwords. Here's Jessica Yaniv, the same trans person who literally everyone on the internet, left and right, dogpiled and agreed was a lunatic. Gotta throw them in here. Definitely representative of the whole. I found some pretty crazy cis people. Ethan Ralph, I talked to him the other day. Ethan Ralph is like an alcoholic, pill-popping pedophile who hangs around with Nazis. Cis people need to be canceled, dude. Cis people have gone too far.
External validation and sympathy. Never have I.
Oh, nice!
Being LGBT. For the sake of oppression points, external validation.
This is the one video. This is the one video that every single anti-feminist has used in at least 36 videos. This is we've all seen this face. This was the one video from Gamergate. She was just like, I gotta put together this video and why I'm leaving the left. Time to Google and use every single stock footage, every stock image I can find. Yeah, where's Big Red? Are we gonna find Trigglypuff in tier 2? Damn, I'm being brought back to 2014.
And sympathy. Never have I seen such disrespect from younger LGBT people to the older lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender advocates.
What the fuck wait. It's disrespectful to call Buck Angel out for being problematic in some respects. Quit being a fucking pussy, dude. I've seen Buck Angel on Twitter the past couple of weeks, by the way. He's hardcore being NB-phobic still. Yeah. What is this disrespect? What is this whiny fucking preachy pearl clutching whenever criticism you don't like takes place? Jesus Christ, dude. Notice how she'll align herself here with Buck Angel because Buck Angel is also one of these, like, the left has gone crazy type trans folk.
Who have been paving the way for us for longer than we've all been alive. Never.
Oh, for us? What do you mean for us? What exactly does that mean? And she pretends. By the way, hey, really quickly, just so you know, if Buck Angel was like the height of modern progressivism and Buck Angel was frequently attacked by conservatives for being a trans dude or whatever, Ariel right here would not invoke his name. Not even close. The only reason she's doing so is to paint an image of a lunatic left lashing out and attacking everyone. But thankfully, there's no loss in attacking Ariel Scarcella because Ariel Scarcella has never been a leftist and never been a progressive. She's just been a lesbian who advocates for women's issues. Not all women, though, cisgender women. And that's it.
Never have I seen people that use the word bigot so frequently and not see the hypocrisy and irony in themselves saying it.
Stop being a bitch. It's just random screenshot. What am I supposed to fucking respond to every one of these fucking screenshots, dude?
I've noticed this change coming onto my channel within the past 2 years as I've gotten what some people would say more conservative. And yeah, I have, haven't I? Since the queer movement.
Damn. Wow. Fascinating. You've been a bigot for years, and now you're finally capitalizing on it by just openly moving with fascists. Yeah, I mean, cool.
Right now is obsessed with all these different labels, and I am a fan of labels. I wanted to share a new label of mine with you.
Wait, is this going to be an attack helicopter joke?
I'm coming out. I am officially leaving the left. When it's gotten to the point where I can no longer even...
That's not a label, you stupid cunt. Why would you set the joke up like that and then fucking ruin it? That's not a label. Why? That could have been a fun joke. You could have, I mean, it probably would have been stupid, but you could. This woman is so stupid, she couldn't even do the one joke.
List LGBT or women empowerment in my Instagram and Twitter bios without people thinking I'm part of this ridiculously woke.
It's the other one. It's the other one.
Instagram and Twitter bios without people thinking I'm part of this.
You know why the video quality on this is so bad? Because this video was unearthed from the fucking Mesopotamian ruins. Because because archaeologists fucking hand dug out the fucking flash drive containing this video. This is 7 years old. Nobody knows who this is anymore. Nobody cares who this is anymore. This was fucking filmed. The Fred Flintstone, the little pterodactyl pecks the image into the rock camera. Jesus Christ, dude. What? Imagine if anyone, like, nobody would get away with this in any other respect. Conservatives are so stupid. They're like fucking braying seals. They're like, oh, Big Red. Oh, feminists are crazy. Oh. Keep in mind, everyone who used this video used it to discredit all feminists, not just like trans people or whatever. When Sargon used videos like this, he wasn't doing it to say there is a small minority on the left that's gone crazy. He was talking about everyone more fucking to the left of fucking Mussolini, okay? So it's really funny that Scarcella over here, who is pretending to be some kind of progressive who is being alienated by the hyper wokeness of the left, is invoking the exact same rhetorical and argumentative strategies that were used by people to dismiss the entire left. It's almost as though she's just a conservative. That's it. She's just a regular conservative who just happened to be born with a pussy and liking other people with pussies. So she's advocated for her own interests, but ultimately is just as reactionary as anyone else would be. Exactly like Blair White, you know, a conservative, a fascist, doesn't like, you know, minority rights, real big snowflake when it comes to other people calling them out for being bigots, but they just happen to not be born cis white men. It would have been so much easier for you, wouldn't it, Scarcella? Oh, that would have been, if only. In a better world, right? You could have just been born the hegemonic majority, and then you wouldn't have had to have pretended to be progressive to begin with.
This ridiculously woke cult.
This is the same. There's Jigglypuff. We're getting them all in.
Twitter bios without people thinking I'm part of this ridiculously woke.
There's the same 14-year-old as earlier used.
Cult.
And there's Jigglypuff. We did it. We did it. The whole gang is here. The whole gang is here. This video could have been made identically 8 years ago. We got a bingo, folks. Every dumb fuck conservative stock argument. No individual thought was put in here. You could literally just take you could inception yourself into Tim Pool or into Sargon circa fucking 2015, and you could just assemble this video from their subconscious thought. There's no need whatsoever to apply any when was this video made? This video was made like 4 weeks ago. This video was made last month. There's no Big Red yet? There's gonna be Big Red. There's no fucking way she leaves out Big Red after she's brought the council together, the hive mind of the die-cis scum, the Trigglypuff, that one screaming feminist in the beanie. We just need Big Red, the four titans of radical feminism coming together, the gods of the old world, you rising from the depths to fucking meet in communion, bring about the end of the world one last time.
We have rules and a pecking order of who is able to speak and for how long, even about their own body.
You literally just made the argument that young trans people can't call Buck Angel transphobic because he's older and because he's done good for the movement in the past. You literally just established a pecking order 30 seconds ago in this video.
Bodies and experiences. When we have children, drag queens, and
We got that. We're bringing them all in. We're bringing them all in. Notice how she's not calling out any like specific tendencies or making any arguments. She's just flashing pictures and videos of the silliest looking people possible.
For them to perform sexually for adults. When we praise news stories like this that make absolutely no sense.
Trans man gives birth to non-binary partner's baby with female sperm donor.
And do nothing for our movement.
What do you mean do nothing for our movement? It's just a fucking headline, you stupid bitch. What is it? Trans man, so presumably someone with a vagina, gives birth to non-binary partner's baby with female sperm donor. So there was a female who had a penis, who gave sperm, and was put in the trans man, and that trans man had a non-binary partner, and they had a kid. What? Are you like... Is this like ableist? Am I like... You okay? Fell off the back of the short bus or something? Like, what do you want? You need me to come here and explain this to you? This isn't hard. You want me to like, you want to like Skype sometime? I can fill you in?
Or for people understanding us. When this person is praised by LGBT organizations and deemed a speaker for lesbians, and people say that straight black men...
Yeah, damn, get fucked. Damn. Get owned. Sorry.
Praised by LGBT organizations.
This incredible trans woman is challenging the way we think about gender. Yeah, some fucking women have beards. There are cis women who have beards. Did you know that? Have you ever seen... There's a religious sect in like the Middle East or something. I don't know the specifics. But you can't shave, and some of the ladies there are really hairy, and some of the girls have beards. And they're girls. They're cisgender women, and they've got beards, you know? So, yeah. Some women have beards. And...
and deemed a speaker for lesbians. And people say that straight black men are the white men of black people, and I know what they mean. I no longer wish to be a part of this.
Wait. White, straight, black, wait.
Straight black men are the white men of black people.
Straight black men are the white men of black people. I think I saw one tweet saying that, and then a bunch of people said it was dumb, and it was one tweet. I've lived my 26-year-old life, and there's one tweet that one tweet said that, and then everyone made fun of it because it was stupid and incoherent. And that's it. Like, that's the entire history of that phrase. That's the entire fucking, I mean, like, she could put like anything in here, you know? Do you think she had, like, she was trying to put this video together on the cutting room floor, she was trying to find like grainy video footage of like trans people like slipping on banana peels or something? Like, anytime anything happens that she doesn't like, it means the left is crazy. Meanwhile, on the right, I mean, we have literal, like, I argue with Nazis all the time. Like, the right in this country is literally trying to institute like a white nationalist country, and disempower, you know, minorities, including, by the way, lesbians. But, you know, like, we heard there was like a tweet sometime, one kid put on eyelash extenders, so all leftists are pedophiles. You can't argue with these people. Somebody messaged me, I guess I can't say who, but somebody messaged me recently saying, Ariel Scarcella seems like she's really confused, and she says that nobody on the left is willing to have a decent conversation with her. Maybe you could give it a shot? And ignoring the fact that I am nowhere near large enough to ever attempt such a thing, as fun as that would be, This is not a person who is interested in having conversations. This is a grifter through and through. A conservative who only ever made progressive videos about lesbians because she was one and it benefited her, and now that she feels her own rights are more or less secure and she can find a space in her true home, the right, she moves over there. This is a bad faith argument. This person doesn't want conversation. I would have more luck arguing with fucking Dave Rubin and all the sincerity with which he believes the shit he says. You want to hear something cool, folks? I have myself argued many times that there are some fucking crazies in the left. Have you guys watched my channel before? The woke scolds, the rad libs, the tankies. I've done this before. You know what I did? I specifically outlined, I had some slip-ups, I did. I specifically outlined the things that I thought were detrimental to our movement. I criticized them, I disavowed them, I removed them from my community, and then I kept being a leftist. Because as it turns out, because I'm not a grifter, my principles remain coherent even if there are sometimes people who are associated with me who I disagree with. And I know she's capable of doing that, by the way. You know how I know that? Because Ario Scarcella over here, after her conversation with the YouTube audience, went ahead and had a chat with Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder, who doesn't believe in gay marriage, including for lesbians, said it's, not good. Steven Crowder, who is actively attacked, who recently got massively demonetized because he called Carlos Maza a fag and a sprite and a little dainty pixie fairy. Steven Crowder, who has said that he will continue to allow Owen Benjamin to host his show. Owen Benjamin, who is a neo-Nazi. Do we have a clip of that? Can we find a... Do we have a short clip of that?
It's funny. All right, so two things I have to...
Oh, this is his channel.
All right, so the goat. This is why I don't like to get into theology, because there's a lot of reasons that you could say he was a bad guy.
Oh.
Apparently, the Times of Israel thinks I'm the bad guy because they can't take a joke, even though they can start a bunch of wars. I have no problem with the existence of Israel. I just don't want to fight in their wars anymore, you know? My sort of spine. But I'm curious if that somehow is made up news. It printed by you-know-who. That was brilliant. So that one day we could sit in comfort on our warm church pews without fear that our money is being printed by you-know-who. That was brilliant. I love that. So true.
This isn't the clip that I was looking for. I mean, this clip actively shows him, like, admitting he believes in the Jewish question. But he's had videos where he just openly praises Hitler. Said that Hitler was cleaning the filth from Germany. So this person's on the right, and Scarcella over here has said that she's moving conservative, wearing MAGA hats, talking with Crowder and such. Something tells me that Ariel isn't going to make any videos where she denounces the lunatic right. Something tells me she's not going to be quite as specific when she targets and calls out the people on the right who she maybe disagrees with. Grifter shit, my friend. People like this can't be talked to. As long as there are money sources that they can fucking extract from through their dishonesty, they will continue to exist. The real villains here are the people who think that this is a good prescient argument. 1/3 views from a channel typically dedicated to lesbian issues, supporting her transition over to a social movement that is anti-progressive, including anti-lesbian. I mean, what are you gonna do?
And I know what they mean. I no longer wish to be a part of this. The LGBT
Cool.
community has become a safe haven for the mentally unstable who are not seeking help and who...
Wait, you just did this. This is a 3-minute video. You're repeating content? This is the sit. You made this, you said this thing and you already... You can't reuse clips in a 3-minute video, dude. Come on.
Also aren't in any sense of the word queer. We've become so
Wait, how? Who's saying they're queer but is not? Who? What? Just gonna throw that one out there?
obsessed with validating everybody. How did we not see this coming? This community has become so ridiculously intolerant while preaching
so much for the tolerant left, my guys. This feels like a deep fake, or like an AI wrote this? Like those subreddit simulators where they have a bot that analyzes how people type in a subreddit and then they make a copy of it using like algorithms. That's what this feels like. This feels like somebody who has swallowed every Tim Pool and Sargon video. But from like 2014 too. Like this is really out of date.
That for the first time in a decade, LGBT acceptance is down. Anyone love that for the first time in a
Comfortable interacting slipped. Only age reports see decline. I see the logic. LGBT acceptance is slipping. Therefore, I'll make a video decrying the LGBT community and joining with fascists. If only other people had worked harder to prevent this decline in acceptance of the LGBT community.
decade, LGBT acceptance is down. Anyone who goes against the grain and thinks for themselves is immediately outcast.
I mean, only if going against the grain and thinking for yourself equals repeating and regurgitating every single conservative stereotype regurgitated for the past 8 years. And for two, if you're being a transphobe, yeah, you get ejected from a trans-friendly community. What are you talking about? Obviously. No shit.
That's not a community, that's a hive mind cult. Once again, My name is Ariel. I'm a lesbian YouTuber. I've been making content on—
Also, yeah, you're right. Hunter Avalone actually recently started, like, putting out content he agrees with more and thinking for himself, and he got fucking dogpiled by the conservative media by it. Like he's gotten call-outs from people like fucking Roaming Millennial and stuff, because he— and Paul Joseph Watson, and fucking, who's that bitch? The gun girl, Poopy, Caitlyn Bennett, yeah. All for like saying, hey guys, actually all the medical research disagrees with the conservative consensus. Actually, we're just factually wrong on this one. Maybe we should change our, arguments a little bit. And everyone dogpiled him. Everyone. He's still getting a ton of shit for it.
On this platform for 10 years, and I no longer want to be associated with the ridiculously woke left. No.
You weren't. I don't think if your audience had ever associated you with people who are actually progressive, you wouldn't have this like to dislike ratio in this video.
You guys understand where I'm coming from, and I know you'll stick around, so I'm not worried about any of this. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and let you know what I am currently feeling, and I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Tons more content to come. Subscribe if you haven't already.
I have no doubt that tons more content is to come. What does the content look like in the month since she bravely left the left? Let's see. Dude, this video has less than 10,000 views. It has a 30th of this. Is she being propped up by like, oh, I see what this is. The only shit she's getting high views on are fucking clickbait sex videos. Porn star teaches lesbian to squirt on command. Vagina fisting explained it can be romantic. And the only views she gets are anti-trans views and fucking porn star views. Here's a view on actual women's issues. Period cups. Here's why women are using them. Less than 10,000 views. Less than I get on any one of my videos. The only shit that she ever fucking gets views on are de facto porn clickbait videos for straight men and for anti-trans videos. Nobody ever gave a fuck about this bitch. Look at this. Look at all the big videos. Lesbian helps trans woman use her vagina. So this is both a sex and a trans-oriented video. Over 100K views. LGB drops the T. Lesbian responds to trans ideology. Lesbian couple best foreplay sex toys. Lesbians orgasm by giving women orgasms. I'm a lesbian but not female. Non-binary people making no sense. That is my body ugly? Vagina, stretch marks, and fat. She puts vagina in the title of almost all of the videos that she gets over 100,000 views on. This person was never a fucking lesbian advocate. It's all just anti-trans and porn bait. Lesbian threesome sex, watch how it's done. 2/3 of a million views. What's the top? This is the most ridiculous fucking pandering that I have ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Lesbian sex, vagina slapping and spitting, exposing porn secrets. 19 million views. Trans woman shows lesbian her vagina. 10 million views. Lesbian couple does strap-on challenge. 10 million views. Gay guy shows lesbian his penis. Sex ed. 8.9 million. Straight girls explain. Penetration versus oral. I thought when I looked through this bitch's channel that she was actually some sort of like she'd advocate for lesbian issues. She doesn't give a fuck about lesbians. She just uses lesbians as clickbait material because she knows fucking straight boys will come in and watch because the fucking 14-year-olds who watch her content don't know how to bypass their parents' fucking filter yet. Holy shit! This person was never even tangent. Almost none of these videos are actually pro-LGBT. They're usually just talking about lesbian sex, booby, penis, vagina. Woman taste tests their own vaginas. This is so shameless. Watch how this woman has nipple orgasms. That's fucking incredible. Lesbian finger test. Scissoring versus trimming. I'm a squirter. This is every one of them. This is a Coomer channel. This is a channel designed to bait in prepubescent boys and get them on the jerking off to lesbians to saying trans women aren't women pipeline. But I mean, you know. Whoa. Don't take it from me, though. Take it from her audience. Why is it that actual, like, political lesbian issues are getting no views on our channel? Lesbian foster parents are having a baby, it's not easy. Less than 10,000 views. Period cups. Here's why women are using them. Less than 10,000 views. What's the next one we can find that's super low view? I don't see many. It's just all trans and sex stuff. Damn. The 2 times she actually tried. These video titles are truly something else, though. These are truly phenomenal. I feel like I'm gonna get demonetized just looking through these fucking thumbnails. I got dumped, not clickbait. All right, well, there you go, folks. So, in essence, 40 IQ dipshit grifter who never cared about LGBT issues, has been a conservative for years and is only now realizing she can make more money from it by just openly, just going for it, jumping on in, and just openly working with fascists. This thumbnail, I'm so glad that I pulled away. This thumbnail that I'm looking at literally has nudity on it. Is that allowed? It's like it's a woman getting eaten out. I can see her tits in her bush. Is that allowed? Whatever. I'm not anti-sex. Whatever. I'm a Coomer. Yeah, wait, can I just put tits on all my video thumbnails? Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me think about the man, the Coomer bait stuff is pretty effective. No joke though. That was so much worse than I expected, by the way. The Ario Scarcella thing. No joke though. If I did a video that was like If I like lost a bunch of weight. Okay, wait. Let's stream for a second. Okay, please stream with me. Okay, where I lose some weight. I'm already losing a little bit of weight. Yeah, I'm fucking. You know, you can. You know, I'm getting up there. Okay. Okay. I'm getting up there. I lose a bunch of weight. I get fucking yoked, okay? And then I get like 40 hot girls. I don't fucking know. We'll get together like the grifting crew. I have a feeling my girlfriend wouldn't want to participate in this. So we're gonna have to find the grift crew, okay? And I'll do like a video, and it'll be Chad gives incel sex advice, pussy eating, squirt comp, finger vibrate, you know, or something like that. And then it will just be a 48-minute video where I talk at the camera with like all the girls just sitting behind me on like foldable chairs, you know? And every once in a while I'll turn around and I'll be like, isn't that right? And then all of them will moan in unison. And I put them on the thumbnail. That's some fucking million view shit. That's some fucking million view shit, baby. That's gonna get me Crowder numbers, okay? We'll have that one. All my fucking political videos, 30, 40,000 views maybe. That one video, 8.6 million. Fool, just right up there. That's fucking amazing. That'd be fucking amazing. Absolutely. Get fucking my sub count triples. All the subs are like, wait, I thought you did sex advice videos. And I'm like, I do. You gotta catch the streams, baby. I'm always talking about that shit. Have you ever noticed that the economy leaves you feeling alienated? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Okay. Listen, it's in the planning stages. Okay, it's in the planning. Copyright, trademark. You guys can't steal it. Let me do it. Don't steal it for yourselves. Just let me do it. If anyone else is watching, if any other content creators are in chat, Xander Hall, fucking Lilith Lovett. If she was here, you can't do it. Hunter, you can't do it. Okay, this is me. I'm copywriting it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pee really quickly. Then let's do donations. After donations, I think we're gonna bring Adum on, right? Because that'll be around the Adum time. Why is Vosh having so much fun to stream lately? Because I love my job. 1 second. Gotta get pumped up for my Chad roll.
Toss a coin to your streamer, oh viewers aplenty.
Baby. No, it's good. No, it's good.
He was in the suitcase earlier. I wanted to bring him.
Suitcase baby. Nah, he's chilling in the window. I don't want to bother him too much. Nah, he's chilling in the window. To the window, to the wall. Ugh. Sweat run down my ball. All these bitches fall. Skeet, 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 motherfucker. All right. Sake Tanuki with the $5. Why are we flattening any curves at all? Because sometimes flat is justice, but not in a weird lolly way. Okay, sometimes just tall, very skinny girls are cute. What are you gonna do? Okay. Vaughn takes the $2. Defense Production Act was delayed to allow corporations to sell vital medical gear to the highest bidding states. Yes, I read about that. I wanted to do a specific stream on that because that is pretty unbased and very cringe. Richard with the incredibly generous $10. Thank you. My friend wants to become politically involved and wants to become the U.S. president. Would you mind having a discussion with her in your stream? Listen. I love you and I love her. However, I don't think I can't have a conversation with every person who's politically involved and wants to be the president, you know? I'm politically involved and want to be the president. What are you going to do? I mean, they can email me if they would like to. I do, I respond to every email that I get. I just, like, I don't know, what would that even mean to talk about? Sake Tanuki with the $5. Thank you. Also, why are we talking about Ben Shapiro and dick flattening? His dick doesn't have any curve. It can't expand just like his brain. It's true. Ben Shapiro does have a magnificent chode. It is actually spherical, or like a hemisphere. It is equally. The radius is equal in all distances from the center of its mass, which is pretty based. And Sake with the $5. Ben sharper image. Red line goes up. Left wing destroyed. Oh God. The red line actually went through the wing. The plane's going down. Tell AOC's feet I love them. One of these days, AOC and Ben Shapiro are actually going to meet in person, and something funny is going to happen, and I'm going to fucking live for it. One of these days. Aesvania with the tier 1 sub. Oops, all quarantine. True. And of course, Felving with the $5. Sorry, but, and then it got cut off because people haven't caught on yet to the fact that using certain characters like pound or asterisks or whatever actually cut off donations. Sorry, but hashtag Bernie or bust. Biden's latest BS has lost any faith that I have, especially since there's talk of him having a Republican VP. We're going to talk about that, comrade. We are going to talk about that. Biden's VP situation. I promise we're going to talk about that, okay? That might be next politics stream, which might be in 3 days. We'll see, okay? Zafir with the $5. Here in Canada, people are trying to shelter in Indigenous reserves because they're largely untouched by COVID-19, and Indigenous people are just like, we've seen this before, not today, colonizers. Oh, that's great. Just the imagery, you know, like the Indigenous people are like barred up, trying to hole up, and then just the COVID blankets start like raining down from the sky. Yeesh. That's pretty cringe. Bossman679 with $5. Let's get you a movie deal ASAP. It's gonna happen. It's gonna fucking happen. And Pawpom with $5. All writers seem to be noting the rift between you and Destiny. Is this of any potential concern to you? Side note, the Jet Set Radio soundtrack bumps. Okay, do you guys want to hear a really quick funny story? How much time do I have? Okay, I have time. I have 26 minutes before I said that I'm going to bring them on. Do you guys want to hear a really funny story? Okay. You know, who here saw the debate between Coach Red Pill and Destiny the other day? If you haven't, please, God. Please, I know you don't like Destiny, but please, you don't have to do it for Destiny. Please do it for me. Who saw it? Okay. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. You should watch it. But, spoilers. He opened up by being, you got blown out by Vaush the other day. He got blown out. Nice retreat and pivot. He made you cry. You got so triggered. Now, before you Pepe laugh, I know you want a Pepe laugh, but he kept like bringing up like I own Destiny or whatever. And then he's been emailing me trying to get on my stream, and he was like, saw how you own Destiny. And is this like, Coach Red Pill is a fascist? Does he think that I'm going to like fucking ally with him? Does he think I'm going to like share a beer with him because we both have issues with Destiny? And my issue is that I think he's unwilling to consider broader theoretical populist movements to address existing problems. And his problem with Destiny is that he is a fascist and wants a white ethno state, which. If people are trying to exploit the disagreement between Destiny and I because they all have some weird fucking hang up with Destiny, and they like think I'm gonna validate their dislike of him because I think he's not far left enough. These people are fucking lunatics. Yeah, they'll latch on to anything, dude. I guarantee you, just wanted to come on. He wants to come on. And he wants to be like, so, dude, Destiny is so triggered and crazy, right? Like, I'm gonna fucking break bread with this fucking guy. Are you fucking kidding me? I'd rather, a million times over, I'd rather live in some fucking tepid neoliberal shithell of Destiny's creation than I would live in a fucking white ethno-state. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Who yeah with the $2? Why do tankies fetishize non-white countries so much? And what do you think about the concept of third worldism? In my opinion, there is ignoring as white nationalists. There are some decent third worldist perspectives that I've heard, but most third worldists are just dipshit fucking edgelords who want to be like the most leftiest left. And in doing so, like, nobody is proletariat except for like the fucking quadriplegic Bengalese 7-year-old who works at a factory and has to like lick drainage water to survive. Okay, that's the only prole, and everyone else is like the bourgeois exploiting them. It's super fucking stupid. And tankies are idiots. That's why. Arjun with the $5 provided me a link. Thank you, comrade. Okay, well, this clearly wasn't drawn with a mouse, is my problem with it. This was obviously drawn with some kind of tool. I get it, you fucking idiots. It's a dead meme, but thank you for the no-no. Al with the 20 kronar, what do you think about direct democracy? I think it's pretty cool, but I think that direct democracy is pretty based. I do think that there are some forms of representative democracy that are preferable to some forms of direct democracy. But for the most part, I do think we need a much more direct implementation of democracy. DeTrolls with the 20 Danish kronar. Vosh demand Bernie or burn healthcare. True! And a heart to you too. Witty name 83 with the $5. They closed my office because someone on the other side of the building might have tested positive for corona. I'll send you dollar reduce if you send me some energy. Also dicks. Dicks to you too, and I'm giving you all the energy in the world. Stay healthy, okay? Please do stay healthy. And Ninja Taco with the $5. Hello, hope you're safe. I'm spending quarantine to finish writing my thesis and practice a shit ton of guitar, haha. You guys want to see what I've been doing for my fucking thing? Look, check this out. You stupid piece of shit. You never could have fathomed how quickly I would grow strong. I have been painting miniatures, and I did 2 more since last stream. Look. Look at that. Then your paints? I'm trying my best. Wait, hold on. Fucking manual focus. Look at that. That ain't bad for fucking... Look at that gun detail. Look at that gun detail. Wait, we're kind of wandering here. I'm proud. I'm getting better too. I actually, no. Good enough. I actually forgot to spray paint this one before. Do you use a microscope? No, I don't. Why does autofocus stop working? Unfortunately, the DSLR that I use doesn't actually have autofocus compatibility when used for a live stream due to an incredibly complicated series of technical dilemmas that I have skillfully navigated at great cost to my sanity. Professor Studs with the $5. Been meaning to ask this forever. Can you do a segment sometime explaining market socialism? Feels slightly contradictory to a normie like me. Yes, I would be very, very happy to. Yes, that does sound like a good idea. I want to do this. What game is this for? Warhammer 40k. This is the big dude. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Trying to get a little bit more skilled before I try painting this boy. Because this boy is like $60. Ryan Savage with the $5. Is it selfish if I continue work for financial reasons? Like I'm not about to starve, but I'm left in a position that I can't go months without income if I want to move out or start my transition. If you need to work to survive, then that's that, and that's all you can do. You shouldn't feel bad about having to make decisions to keep yourself from dying. You should don't be angry at yourself about that. Be angry about the people who put you in that position. Okay? Ben Serpinos, the tier 1 sub. Hey Vosh, long-time viewer, first-time dono, because I'm always on mobile. Just applied for fun employment after being laid off due to the shutdown. Time to quarantine to write write some music. Thanks for always keeping me entertained in the wage cage, comrade. My pleasure. I hope you're able to get your unemployment claim processed quickly, because those are going to pile up real quickly. If you fuck up, is there a way to remove the paint and restart? Yeah, but not cleanly, and not after there are this many layers of paint that have dried, you know? Potato Road with $5. Howdy, Vosh. This Texas gal would like to make Dan Patrick our COVID-19 sponge. Also, I got rehired by my old employer, but this time remotely. Yay. Nice! Remote employment? Please, do it if you can. Zanya with the $5. I have many fucking lucky. You had better. And Johnny be good with the $5. Vosh, a lot of coronavirus counter sites like the one you opened are loaded with malware because of hackers. Do a run with Malwarebytes or something. Window antivirus can't see it. I did the same. I have Malwarebytes open. I have Malwarebytes open while I stream, so I'm pretty sure I should be good on that front. But I'll be careful in the future, comrade. Thank you. Alejandro Cisneros with the $5. Do you think a calculation in kind economy can replace the prevailing calculation in money economy? Paul Cockshot discusses this on his channel. This would be an abolition of the commodity form, which I consider to be a fairly revolutionary change, a very difficult one to make. It's not something that's impossible, but that's some hard theory shit that I want to further explore in the future. API re? Oh shit, did I miss like a big donor redo? Oh no, wait, hold on. I swear to God the API has been worse lately. Son of a bitch. Well, I'll keep running through it and I'll see what's missing. 1 second. Gotta get through them donos, folks. And then I gotta not embarrass myself while talking to Adam. Fuck you. Whores me with the $2. The last SJW is leaving the insane left. I saw this. This is a meme. This is a meme, but I saw this and I thought this was real because this was during the Destiny. Well, we're still in the Destiny anti-left arc. I thought this was real. This looks really convincing. It could absolutely happen too. Ellie Yerman with the tier 1 sub. Political violence is of course wrong, but regular violence against TERFs is okay and good, only in self-defense, comrade. And Fiona Harrell Duchesne with the incredibly generous $20. Thank you. This is the first stream I've been able to catch. Thank you, comrade. Lots of love. Lots of love to you too, and thank you so much. I really appreciate the donation, and I'm really happy to have you here. I hope you can stick around. Balthazar with the $5. I got tired of being called and not accepting that I'm a transphobe, so I decided to go and show for the transphobe. Yeah, how dare you call me a bigot? Huh. I'll show you who's a bigot. You know, that's actually, you know, they don't tell you this in school, but this is actually how Nazi Germany got started. You know, people like kept saying the Nazis like, "Hey man, you're kind of bigoted," and the Nazis were like, "I'll show them. I'll give them some perspective." What are you gonna do? Mirror Kissers with the $5. Don't like funny looking person, must consume right-wing ideologies. Yes, true. And Benjamin Hume with the £5. I'm confused, Vosh. Are you saying the only genders are man and woman, like a two genders type deal? No, I'm just saying that list was a list of gender terminology, not of genders. Male to female isn't a gender. Butch isn't a gender. A gender definitely isn't a gender. Man and woman are genders. The Hijra thing, that's a gender as well. Gender is abstract. There are 0 genders or infinite genders. There are as many genders as we want there to be, okay? Is drag queen a gender? No. Drag queen is a performance art. You call drag queen she when they're performing, but they're not women. They're just mostly gay dudes. The Boston Coomer with the 269, you're probably sick of woke scolds, but have you heard this idiot's shit takes? I used to be a fan of them. I'm afraid I can't click that link, comrade, for many reasons. Email that link to me, okay? Email that fucking link to me. I'm gonna give it a look. I'm gonna give it a fucking look, okay? Benjamin Hume with the 5... Wait, I just did that one. Comrade Courtney with the gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you. Just finished watching Brokeback Mountain for the first time and now I feel sad and gay. Here's some money. Thank you, comrade. And Sake, is it really true that $25 dono got lost in the API? If so, could you type it out to me in chat and I'll read it to you as I had just read it? Jake B's the $2. Ariel blocked me for responding to her citation of Ray Blanchard's autogynephilia theory, and she pretty much blocks anyone who challenge her in the slightest way. Yeah, you know who else does? Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin will block anyone who shit talks him on Twitter. He doesn't care about any of this. He doesn't care about what he says or does. He just wants the money so he can live quietly and not be bothered by people. It's that simple. Courtney Haynes, the $5, saw you in a discussion with Destiny. Uh-oh. Destiny, you mean. Is this of any potential... Wait. One of these days, we will have a functional API. Here you go. And was impressed by your composure and ability to advance the dialogue. Rarity nowadays, you have a new subscriber. Hey! Happy to have you here with me, comrade. If you're watching me right now and you're not subscribed, I mean, geez, you all probably should be. I derive absolutely, literally no pleasure from any of the conversations that I have had with Destiny, except for the in-person one. Marcus Seren with the 59 kronar. Since Ariel announced her leaving the left, I'd like to announce I'm leaving the Jonas Brothers. I'm just as much a member of them. Yeah, true. I am now leaving the alt-right, folks. I've finally decided I've had enough of them. I'm sick of the alt-right, and I'm leaving them. I'm no longer a part of the alt-right, okay? You can let folks know. John Hammond with the incredibly generous $10, trying to tell a Brainland online that anarchism is inherently leftist, and you told me anarchy has nothing to do with the government. What do you even say to that? Anyone who says the phrase, anarchy has nothing to do with the government, is not a person you are capable of having a conversation with. You would have you might as well try to convince your dog that like the Federal Reserve's financial policies are destructive to our economy. Okay, you just don't. And Sake with the $5. It was with the $20. It was a request to set up Nightbot with YouTube to save the chat and something else. I'm too high to remember what was donated. It was $20. The issue with having Nightbot moderating the YouTube chat is that the YouTube sex bots will actually change what they type out based on the contents of the chat. There aren't specific words I can target. Maybe certain emojis? I would have to see. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that. Maybe there's like a broader setting, or I could look up a guide online. This probably isn't a problem I have. Geronimo Roeder with the unbelievably generous $100 donation. My God. Mein Gott. Thank you so fucking much, my dude. That is unbelievably generous of you. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Finally caught you live. Don't worry, I won't let YouTube take you down. Plus, good to know that my YouTube Premium helps you as well. The YouTube Premium helps enormously, but I will admit proportionally, the $100 donation probably blows the YouTube Premium out of the fucking water. Thank you so fucking much, comrade. That is unbelievably generous of you, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. You fucking rock. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. And, it is after the YouTube stream issues that we've been having for the past few days, it is really nice to have a full community here again. Thank you so goddamn much. Thank you. I always never really know how to like fully express my gratitude. Cedar Tree with a very generous $10 and no dono message. Thank you very much for your selfless generosity. And Gravy Fan with the $5. Porky is calling for genocide. We must call it for what it is. Mass slaughter doesn't have the right impact. Oh, I absolutely believe that it's genocide. What Ben Shapiro and the other like conservative hacks are pushing for, 100%. Somnio Static with the $5. Been at home all weekend smoking weed and playing Shadow Warrior 2 in the Messenger, both of which you should fucking play, please. One is like Borderlands but not gay. The other is Ninja Gaiden. I've heard of both games. They're actually both of them on my list. There are so many games that I want to go through. I'm working through them as quickly as I can, comrade. As quickly as I can. Ephemeral Commodity with the gift with the tier 1 sub. Thank you very, very much. And Saki Tanuki with the $5. API rip $25. It's not gone. It's still here in my heart, okay? Comrade Anthony with the $5. Vosh, I'd love to challenge you to a 40k game. Praise be to Papa Nurgle. Well, considering I only have right now like 13 unit points, I don't know how much of a game it's going to be. Give me a few more months to pile up an army, okay? Wisley with $5. Nice minis, my dude. Always love the look of Admech. By the way, have you heard the good word of Lorgar and the Primordial Truth? I have. I have heard rumors, comrade. I do not yet know if I have been swayed by them, though. Here, hold on. Let me message Adam and say that I'm good for him when he's good. Eric Forham with $5. Is there any chance of you talking to Digibro? I feel like this was supposed to happen at some point, but it never happened for some reason. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to. I think he originally wanted to talk about Yang, but I wanted to talk about him defending Medicare's transphobic video. So I don't really know. But it's probably something that's going to happen at some point in the indefinite future, right? Sake with the $5. Get low, you say? That is the exact amount that you guys can hear before copyright comes in, okay? I'm so glad I had my earbuds in rather than having that play without me knowing it was copyright claimable for 10 seconds before putting my earbuds in. I defended myself. Nice try. You'll get my channel next time, buddy. Katie and Sheila with the $5. I haven't subbed from her and Jacqueline when they made that There Were Only Two Genders video back around 2013 to 15. Man, even back then? I guess they've been on this grift for a while. Dracoris Felving with the $5. Announcement for everyone, not just Fosh. Austin, Texas is on lockdown tonight going forward. If you have essentials, get it done now, and please do be safe, guys. God damn. Isn't it wild to see history actually happening, like, live to us? Like, history is actually taking place. It's not just some weird ephemeral thing we hear about, you know. It's an actual active process that we are currently living through that will be remembered probably for, like, centuries as one of the great pandemics, you know? Yeah, history is live streaming right now. Cola Dick with a gifted tier 1 sub. I didn't know YouTube Premium would give money to the creators. I watch until you showed us your page. Now I'm considering it since I already use uBlock Origin and don't see ads. Only if you want to, comrade. I think what you like subscribe to somebody or you like pledge to somebody when you have YouTube Premium, and it gives them like like half of your. Hal970FX with the $5. You ever play DTD 40K? It's based as fuck. Also listen to Children from the ONSI from the Mechanicus OST. The Mechanicus OST is fucking based, comrade. You don't need to tell me to listen to anything. I have not played DTD 40K though. I'm afraid not. Only got so much time in the day. Recorditron with the £5. I'm working remotely and have regular income for the first time in a while. Some dollar reduced for your long hard streams. Also 40K hype. Fuck yeah, comrade. Glad we have a lot of glad we got a lot of tabletop boys here in the community. Always nice to hear. Darwinian realism with the $5. Tried to ask this during the Destiny debate. Do you not think it's possible to build an economy not reliant on a highly unstable system like the stock market? Whoa! Market socialism wouldn't have a stock market. There's no room for investors and stockholders when workers are the ones who collectively own the means of production. I do not advocate for stock markets are cringe, my friend. Stock markets are an enormous mechanism by which people who are already wealthy find ways to expand their wealth. It's a gigantic fucking gambling infrastructure that nobody understands. Like nobody understands how it works. Nobody can make accurate fucking predictions. Oh shit. I don't believe a system needs stock markets. There might be some kind of speculation possible. It might be possible to engage in some kind.
Toss a coin to your streamer. Oh, viewers plenty.
True. There might be some forms of speculation that are possible, but the way it's done now is cancerous. Take our Ian with the $5. I'm not terribly worried through all this because I'm fairly certain money isn't real anymore. Money was never real, comrade, but the feelings in our heart always have been. Sake with the $5. Isn't it interesting that the people who are the transphobes are also trains choo-choo phobes? It is interesting. How many transphobes actively advocate for the revitalization of public infrastructure, you know? Except for maybe Eric Stringer. A Red Repose of the $5. Welp, Ohio was on lockdown, so I can't pay for some quarantinities and I have to listen to my parents watching Fox News. Please take my money. Also, I'm trying to get blocked by Dave Rubin. Any advice? I love you, bro. Listen, all you have to do to get blocked by Dave Rubin is mildly criticize him in the comments, in the responses, all right? It won't take you long. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, okay? Neil Patrick Clarice with the $5. Will you debate YouTuber Keith Woods? Sure, I'm not opposed. I don't know who that is, but I'm not opposed. Trotsky for life with the unbelievably generous $20. Thank you so fucking much. Do you think this pandemic will hasten the shift from a disciplinary society to a society of control as more people are working from home? I'm not sure, considering one of the most likely possibilities now is that the conservatives just march us to our graves so we can make the red line go back up. I'm genuinely not sure. I have no idea how this is going to be handled long term. I hope not. I mean, that's not exactly how I want, you know, the abolition of work to happen. Not really the abolition of work, but the abolition of work as we understand it. To have a slightly different, you know, idea in mind. Sunmark with a tier 1 sub. Thank you very much, comrade, and enjoy your orange name. Benjamin Hume with the £5. Is it possible to be a good leftist when your mental illness distorts your axioms? My OCD is turning my head into an Ayn Rand novel. Dude, you can be a good leftist, like, no matter, of course. Just because some stuff's going on in your brain does not mean that you're a bad leftist. You should don't engage in this relentless, self-conscious self-critique, okay? Just do your best. Situate yourself. Think. Oh my God! What the fuck?
Coin to your streamer.
Guys!
Viewers aplenty.
Fucking loonies over here. Jesus. My God. Also, everyone has invasive, problematic thoughts from time to time. When I lived in Humble, every time I would walk past a group of hippies, I would clench my fist and really, really think, like, would it really have been so bad, you know, if the business plot had actually happened and fascists had taken over the country? Every time I see like a bunch of fucking hippies, you know, running around doing jump like the skip rope and you know, waving their unkempt dreads around. I think that. I do. But I get over it, you know, and then I go back to being progressive. We all have our little moments, okay? We all have a little moments. Wonderful, wonderful. The $2. What's your response to Lenin betraying the SRS? The shit Reddit says. I don't have a response. It happened a little while ago. I don't know how immediately important my perspective on the issue is, but I'd have to read up more before I could have a real answer. Sake with the $10, you fucking guys. What if you set up a bot to ban anyone in YouTube with the space in their username? It would catch all of them. That's true. I don't like getting false positives, but I could do that. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. I would have to see. I would have to give it some thinking. I would have to find like an online guide, see if there's a good way to orient that. But that's a good suggestion, comrade. I'll definitely keep that in mind. And I'll try to get this done automated soon, because those bots are really fucking annoying. We're almost done with donos, by the way. We've cut them down. Posadas John with the $2. You should do a paint stream. Also, have you heard the good word of the greater good? All welcome the Tauva. Tower cringe and very unbased, my friend. I'm super sorry. I'm Mechanicus all the way. Or Tyrannid if I must. But maybe a paid stream sometime. DeGero with the unbelievably generous, overwhelmingly generous $35 donation. Thank you so fucking much, my man. My girlfriend, who never really played video games, is now getting a Switch to play Animal Crossing with a few of her friends and I. I'm on the way to making her a true gamer. That's what I've been experiencing too. Fucking hyena. All of a sudden, fucking wake up 4 a.m. The fucking demi-eyes playing Animal Crossing. I don't give a shit about any of that. I don't really care about Animal Crossing as a construct. But oh wait, shit, he's ready. Wait, hold on. Gamer girls, really honestly the only true type of girl. Gender, sex, none of this actually matters at the end of the day. There are no determining characteristics of one's gender except for a propensity towards gaming. Here, hold on. Let me exhume the cringe from my system really quickly. What the fuck, Geronimo? Okay, alright, okay. You fucking goobers. We'll get to you in a goddamn second. We'll get to you. We'll get to you.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Does this work? Hello.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Decent. I'm surviving.
Living out the quarantine?
Apocalypse, yeah.
Yeah. How bad is it in Canada, by the way?
Depends where. In BC, which is where I am, it's one of the more affected areas. So like BC and Ontario are getting hit with it, but I don't think we're going to be anywhere near as bad as New York or Washington.
Yeah, I'm in Washington. It's basically the road over here. We've got corpses piled up on the sidewalk. You know, the trash vendors have started shipping them off to be burned.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. I'm just not looking forward to the next couple weeks.
We're the lucky ones, are we not? Actually, you do more in-person stuff than I do for your work, no? Because you have your like in-person.
Well, I mean, what, for like movies and theaters, you mean? Or
yeah, because you go around, you got all the festivals, and you got to see the movies in theaters, and you got the folks you do the podcast with. I don't know if you do it over like in person. Or
the podcast thing is the other two hosts are from the States and the UK, so it's all online. I just edit it together afterwards using Like we record our own audio, basically.
I don't know. I mean, for the YouTube oligarchy, you guys could just afford to fly them out to Canada every time. I don't know. I don't know the system. If I may, to the plebeians in my chat who are watching right now, this is none other than Adam from Your Movie Sucks, longtime movie critic on YouTube, who also does basically every other form of media production. You've got an album coming out, if I do recall. You do video game Let's Plays. You've got a podcast. You truly do pump out an enormous amount of content.
Yes, I do, which is why the quarantine isn't really affecting me too hard, because I'm just always in my room working anyway. So
that's what I'm talking about. By the way, do you want to get on cam, or are you in your sleepy PJs and would rather be comfortable?
I'm presentable. My hair is a little wet, but
whatever you prefer.
Hold on 1 second, actually.
Gotcha.
Yeah. How do I think I can. Hello.
Hey,
Should
so
I
it is.
center this camera differently?
Hold on.
Or is this fine?
No, you look perfect. Let me move you into the bright. There we go. Beautiful. So noted. Wait, let me fucking clip that in properly. Doing on the fly.
Yeah, I usually just like have it on the side for my stream so that it's like a square.
Destiny makes this so easy looking. Jesus. There we go. Beautiful. Phenomenal. Fantastic video production. Basically
Nice.
Editor myself.
You can even move it over like further to the left so that we don't need that side of the screen.
True. There we go.
So it can be like there, and you save more space.
Busting out the
now everybody can see more of your microphone.
Filmography knowledge already. Okay, I'm gonna gush for a second, if I may. I've been a fan of yours for, I'm pretty sure, as long as you've been doing this, or at the very least, approximately as long as you've been doing this.
Okay. How long do you think I've been doing this?
Okay. Well, I know you've been doing this for about a decade. I remember, I know that I was going through your stuff at least in at the very least in high school. I have explicit memories of being on your website for your Nymphomaniac review, and I was complaining about something in the comment section.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That was actually my first taste of being like a kind of complainy lefty woke sculpt thing. I think I was very different politically then. I think I had some tangential issues with something that you had said about asexual people. I have no fucking idea. It was probably a fairly.
Did I said about asexual people, or somebody in the comments said?
No, something that you said. But like back then, I was really woke scoldy. Like it was one of those looking for something to get offended over type of deals. So
okay, I don't remember mentioning asex. I might have in my Nymphomaniac.
I don't. These are ancestral memories for me. You know, like the memory of the inside of the womb.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah. So, if I may, out of curiosity, I don't actually know anything about your political views. I can make some rough guesses that you're probably not a neo-Nazi. I'm comfortable making that assumption. I know that you were at some point made aware of me because you followed me on Twitter. I'm actually really curious. What's your relationship with online politics?
I consume a lot of political content. And sometimes I try my best to not just only consume content that I agree with. But in terms of like how much time is in my day and how much space I can give to a type of content, I generally, it's the same kind of pattern like with myself and food. I'll like eat the same thing for like a month and then switch over to something else. So right now I'm watching a lot of Kalinske. Yeah,
my man, the populist Avenger himself.
Yeah. And then before that, I think a month or 2 months ago, I was listening to a lot of Destiny. Yeah, but it's you know, I like consuming a lot of different content, and I view people in kind of the same way that I do like characters in a film. Sometimes I just find people interesting, even if I don't agree with them, sort of thing.
I've found that since getting into this, I've had less and less time to consume other people's content, which I actually kind of regret, because it can get really echo chambery if you don't. Have consumed plenty of Destiny's content myself, so I understand that part of the trajectory at the very least. What would you consider yourself politically if you had to ascribe a label?
If I had to ascribe a label, I would say left, but like it's just I'm upset that like every label is so loaded at this point that yeah, no, your chat's thinking I'm a centrist. I don't consider
Please,
myself
oh
a
God,
political
please don't look
centrist.
at them. They're so reactive.
No, I know.
One word at a time. You know, they'll.
I like looking at chat, but I don't know. I consider myself like politically on the left, but maybe like philosophically, like more center, if that makes sense.
So you
Does that make any sense?
I mean, there are a lot of ways that can be interpreted. So broadly, I mean, if you're consuming content from, for example, Kyle Kalinske, you're probably like generally familiar with social democracy platforms, and the extent to which
I'm
that's
Canadian
here.
So
yeah. Oh yeah. But you guys have like a an Obama type figure over there, right? Like a progressive centrist with Trudeau.
I mean, by American standards, he's pretty far left. I wouldn't say like I don't know. He's definitely more talk than he is like policy. Like he's still. I don't know if he's done much against like the big three telecom companies. There's certain issues where it just seems like he's trying to get votes rather than actually doing anything really progressive. There's like it's a multi-party system in Canada. It's not just like Republican, Democrat.
Yeah, you have a parliamentary democracy with coalitions and what have you.
Yeah,
a better system, by the way, than what we have.
People would still argue that there are only essentially two real parties in Canada in terms of like what can gain federal power, and in some senses that is true, but I think that Canada is still potentially able to get a third party in federal government at some point, because provincially we have like NDP or like Bloc Québécois or something, so
right, yeah.
It's not just literally only Republican Democrat sort of thing.
I'm praying for the NDP over there. Pretty sure.
Yeah, so like my province is like an NDP Green coalition right now. So they formed a coalition to get the previous Liberal government out, and so basically it's so weird trying to explain Canadian politics to people, because a lot of people in the audience might not understand how it works.
Right.
The NDP and Green Party are pretty much considered to be more left-leaning than the Liberal Party in Canada. And the Liberal Party in Canada is considered by many to be like kind of like center left-ish, kind of like corporate left, if that makes sense.
And of course, myself and anyone in my community would probably decry all of these as right-leaning liberal organizations that are not representing the interest of the proletarian vanguard. So it really is, whatever perspective you take on it.
Yeah, I mean, like we still, the Liberal Party still implements some liberal policies. Like we got weed legalized federally when Trudeau got in. Like that was a promise that he kept. Still mad at him about electoral reform. He promised he would do that and then gave up pretty quickly after getting in office. But
it's hard.
Yeah, that was literally his excuse.
Right.
That was annoying.
We've all used that one at some point. True, Doe. I mean, I feel people sometimes overstate the extent to which the political situations in Canada and America are different, because we're all kind of experiencing the same resurgence in populism, the resurgence in sort of right-wing nationalism, though obviously to different extents. I think America is kind of a hotbed of this, more so perhaps than Canada, but less so than Eastern Europe.
Do you think that it's somewhat also due to just the internet? Do you think that a lot of these kinds of beliefs are things that have existed in people, but now it's just more out in the open?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure like if we took the average like conservative voting bloc back during the 1950s and asked them for their political positions, they would probably describe something that's not really that dissimilar from what like Nazi Germany would have advocated for, you know? They would have advocated in all likelihood for a white ethno-state with extremely stringent immigration restrictions and a coalition of corporate power around the state. Maybe, you know, a coin toss in the Jew thing. We've generally gotten more progressive. I think the internet has made it easier to coalesce around particular crazies, though. Alex Jones never could have existed 20 years ago. Not in the way that he does now, I don't think.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna get more interesting characters for sure. But I mean, I don't know. Every time I go to the States, I turn on cable, and there's always some like crazy preacher trying to sell shit that's just scamming people anyway. So it's like, I don't know. It's not really that different than
depends on the state you go
you
to.
guys just had on like cable anyway. So
definitely depends on the states that you go to. How often do you visit the States?
If I'm going to like a film fest or convention or something, I would say before the coronavirus, I went to the States like probably twice a year, maybe more.
Okay, all right. Well, certainly more than I try.
And also, like, Seattle's just like a 3-hour drive from Vancouver.
Yeah, that's true. Well, oh wait, yeah, true. We're not that far off from each other, are we? Whatever the case may be. So politics, great, phenomenal. For the most part, nothing is truly apolitical, but I feel like for the most part, your videos are pretty. How do I say this? There's an edgy sensibility to the content that you've produced, but you're one of the only people I've noticed who have maintained that edginess without going full-blown reactionary, if that makes any sense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because a lot of people maintain that sort of that irreverent distance, that not insincere, but that, you know, eccentric tonality, and they kind of get sucked into using it as a battering ram against minority groups. And I don't think you've ever really done that, which is impressive to me.
Yeah, well, I try to be as like introspective about my own beliefs as I possibly can. And I think that especially in the United States, which is where, you know, a lot of content is not only coming from, but it's also influencing a lot of content. So even if you're a creator in Canada or the UK, like half of your views are going to come from the US, right? Like it's a big population of English speaking people. And so American audiences and American conversations are going to influence a lot of content. And so if we're looking at, you know, your statement on people becoming more reactionary, starting off edgy, I think that part of that is just because like the American political discourse is so, you know, I guess like tribalistic and partisan, that when if it is perceived that like people on the left are anti-edgy or something like that, if it is perceived that that is where the attack is coming from on one's content or identity, I think that a lot of people are malleable enough that they will start to look less favorably towards people on the left because of that. And also, you know, if there are people on the right who are being more like, hey, we welcome your edginess sort of thing, then they might find more.
Yeah, that's the grift, right? Because I mean, I love edgy. I've always been pretty edgy myself, even before being left leaning. After, maybe I've even gotten edgier. I don't know. I love edgy humor. Great stuff. So does my community. I hope. I don't know why they'd be here otherwise. But then, you know, maybe an edgy person will be like, hey, haha, edgy. By the way, 2 genders or something. Helicopter. I don't know. They'll make a joke, kind of provincially borders on being transphobic or racist or whatever. And then when people criticize that, it comes off as a critique of edginess rather than a critique of bigotry. And sometimes it is levied as a critique against edginess, which I think is kind of a losing battle. And it's the right is so welcome in. They bring you in so easily. If you feel, we just talked about Ariel Scarcella, she's this lesbian YouTuber who just left the left. like 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 a month ago, because
I'm not familiar.
because the crazy transes made her a fascist or something. I don't know. And that's kind of like the big wheel that's been turning. It's exhausting. I think we're moving away from it since the Gamergate days, but it's definitely an issue to navigate that space between edginess and bigotry and make sure
Yeah.
everyone's clear.
Well, I think people need to be more aware of how their actions, even if they perceive it as good intention, might have the opposite effect. You know, Streisand effect is a good example, but you know, like how honestly, how do you think those campus protesters feel at this point when they were protesting Jordan Peterson? Because if they didn't exist, he wouldn't be a gigantic, like he wouldn't be a household name without those initial protests, right?
I don't know.
Like
I mean, maybe somebody would have filmed like a girl crying in the street somewhere, and that would have been the pivot around which they or the axle around which they based all of their grifting. I don't know the
Yeah.
extent to which reactions influence the popularity of the people who are baiting reactions.
Well, they really, I think they really, I think generally, people, whether on the left or the right, I think a lot of people, especially in the United States, care less about the actual political angle and more about the, I guess, kind of like liberty, free speech sort of angle. And so if you perceive um, either like a group or a political ideology as being anti free speech or anti expression or something like that, it inadvertently winds up giving kind of sympathy to those that are being perceived as being like censored, right?
Yeah, I just
So
don't know
think,
how if it's possible to keep them from doing that. Like, it's natural if public
oh, of
figures are being
course.
bigoted, some people are going to maybe overreact or in poor optics, demonstrate disapproval. I don't know how much we can curtail that collectively.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess like the real deterrent would be, you know, I guess conversation or just, you know, getting your political beliefs out
Keep
there to counteract anything that you might
making YouTube videos.
consider to be, yeah,
absolutely.
Like if you make your voice more well heard, then more people are going to be able to listen to it rather than, you know, it's better to combat things with like actual debate and arguments, I feel. Otherwise, if it seems as though what you're doing is insubstantial, and it's more reactionary than argumentative, then, you know, to the general public, to people who might not want to research every single one of these conversations or statistics or debates or whatever, like otherwise they're just going to fall in the laps of people that are playing the, you know, cool, calm, and collected versus
Yes, the Ben Shapiro's.
you know.
Yeah, it's I think really tough to mitigate that. And the degree to which you should engage with these people, I think, really varies. I agree you should be able to engage with conservative discourse, because if you don't, it makes you look fragile and like you got no argument and goddamn. But there are some groups like far right, like white nationalists, fascists, neo-Nazis, where I think just like obliterating their public presence with as much denunciation might actually be the best possible solution.
It depends what you mean by engagement, right? It depends what you mean, because I think that there are ways to you know, persuade people against ideologies without just saying like, yeah, let's ban them from speaking, sort of thing. Because you look at like these, you like let's look at figures like either Milo Yiannopoulos or Richard Spencer. Those are two examples where they surged in popularity because people were trying to prevent them from speaking. With Milo, I believe it was like protests at campuses, like you can't speak, like some, you know, they were invited by the Republican something of some university. With Richard Spencer, it was literally like him getting punched in the face. Nobody knew who he, like very few people knew who he was before he got punched in the face, and all of a sudden he's like this like sympathetic character. And now look at them at this moment. What wound up stopping them? Their voices. Like Milo, it's because of his comments on like pedophilia or something, and then Richard Spencer, it was because of that leaked tape where he was yelling like a child. Like what ultimately got them canceled? It was their ability to speak, not suppressing it.
The only concern that I have, though, well, even before Richard Spencer's tape got leaked by Milo Yiannopoulos, Richard Spencer talked about how he'd been getting fewer and fewer people showing up at his meetings and his conferences, how he'd been losing the motivation to speak to those people because of the relentless protests and counter-protests designed to prevent him from speaking. The main issue that I have is that these people's political biases are built on the presumption of victimhood, and I feel as though they're perfectly capable of manufacturing it, even if none of it actually exists. Milo Yiannopoulos deliberately tried to provoke people into banning him from speaking, and I feel like if their strategy involves them exploiting an almost inevitable component of counter-fascist advocacy, it's near inevitable that they're going to get the attention they want, and the only thing we can do from that point is try to exacerbate their downfall.
Yeah, I guess so. It depends on, like, it depends on how many people, I guess, can be persuaded not to be reactionary, or I guess like take the bait in that sense. Because if you look at, I don't know, Westboro Baptist Church was a thing like 10 years ago or some shit. Like, who talks about them now? Nobody, right? Like, people just...
I'll admit, I haven't seen anything about Westboro in quite some time. So it's entirely possible. Maybe they all ritualistically committed suicide. I'm not entirely sure. It could be ritualistic suicide is actually the best way to deal with these groups. I don't know. You can't deny it's a possibility.
Yeah, in a video game, though.
In a video game, of course. Well, I mean, if they're doing it to themselves. Not that I would ever advocate for political violence. Is there a political project you care about? Is there like a movement forward that you advocate for particularly? If not in public, then something that you care about.
Well, I guess I don't know. Like in Canada, I would like dental to be added to our healthcare. Although even if it happened, I'm not sure like what kind of bracket it would be for. Like I would like to be able to like pay into something and not like worry about spending a crap ton of money just on like basic dental stuff, because it's considered like cosmetic, I guess, rather than like a medical necessity, which I think is stupid. So
Luxury
I believe
bones.
in France, dental's covered, and a lot of other places with socialized healthcare. If we're looking at, I don't know, like in my own country, there are certainly issues that I care about, but I think that generally, like, political discourse is just so much more present and publicized in the United States that
We are kind of an attention black hole, I guess. At least in the English speaking world.
It's an interesting reality television show. And so, yeah, like I like Bernie. I'm hoping that perhaps after this pandemic, things shift around for him. But
because he's really been like taking the lead when it comes to, like, he's turned his entire campaign apparatus into a fundraising base, which is pretty goddamn cool. It's some pretty presidential shit. I hate the term presidential. I really do. Presidential means willing to commit genocide and abide war crimes, but I'm a fan.
If words can mean, you have to like collectively decide on what you mean at any given time.
Well, of course, but facetiously, it means war crimes and the ability to commit genocide.
Okay.
I have a question though. With regards to, I wish I knew more about movies. Everything I know about movies comes from you, so it's just regurgitating
Nice.
the opinions back at you. But I was really interested in your thoughts on Parasite sweeping the Oscars the way that it did.
It was great.
The movie or the sweep?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. It was my second favorite movie of the year. The Lighthouse was my favorite, but even if The Lighthouse was nominated for the same awards, I think I would still prefer Parasite to win most of them, including like Best Picture, Best Director.
Why is that?
Because it's like when you look at the Academy Awards, it's not necessarily like a test of what is legitimately, factually, objectively the year's best movie anyway. And The Lighthouse is something that is like not very universally appealing. It's like really hit or miss for some people. Like I love it. A lot of people love it. There's like a bunch of memes going on about it still, which is great. But it's not really the type of movie that you can like show to anyone and they'll love. Whereas Parasite is just so universally accessible outside of like very, very minor exceptions.
Yeah.
Parasite is a film that like you can use in a way to kind of show people and be like, hey, guess what? Maybe there are some movies with subtitles that are actually good to people who might not want to check out subtitled foreign language films. So I think in that sense, it's more important, and also it is, the first ever foreign language film to win Best Picture, if you don't include The Artist, which had no dialogue in 2011. The Artist was a French film.
That was the was The Artist the black and white one where the fellow with the squeaky voice was the wait, I really liked that movie. Yeah, okay, true.
Yeah. But at the same time, I would prefer for that not to be considered the first foreign language film, because I don't even think it was considered that in the Academy. So
yeah,
you can still be a movie from another country and not be considered foreign language film.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's like whether or not something is anime. It's more of a broad cultural consideration than it is whether or not like you meet the technical. Is it animation produced within the borders of the nation state? I thought what I thought was so exciting about Parasite winning. I was actually in the theater watching it as it won the Oscar. I walked in knowing the Oscars were going on and walked out like, oh, damn, I guess other people liked it too. Is that it felt like it kind of captured the zeitgeist a little bit of the time that we're in, given the pretty much unprecedented economic inequality we're dealing with right now. To see a film like that with themes like that, with a pretty openly Marxist director being pushed center stage, and the first foreign film at that, I think that's genuinely incredible. I mean, I would even call it inspiring almost.
I'm not familiar with Bong Joon-ho's political philosophy. I don't know if he's Marxist or like, that doesn't really matter to me too much. I would say like thematically in the film, regardless of the themes being presented, I think that it's genuinely like a really, really great, one of the best movies of the year for sure. And like I look at themes in a film and I enjoy their presence. I don't think that, to me personally, there can be a film with, I guess, themes that I may like disagree with, even that I would still say like, hey, that was a really well-made movie, sort of thing. But yeah, I do appreciate what exists in Parasite at the same time.
Yeah. Do you think that the political message of a movie in any way influences its quality? Like, for example, like imagine you had a great movie, like phenomenal, I don't know, 9 out of 10 or something, great, Oscar worthy. But somehow, you can invent this in your head, how this takes place. The theme of the movie is about how like, I don't know, abused women should stick with their abusive boyfriends because no one else will ever love them or something. Like that somehow becomes like, that's like the theme, and it's intentionally the theme. But it's still a phenomenal movie. Does that in any way hurt it? Or is it just like, oh, the politics are unfortunate, it's still a fantastic movie?
I think that when looking at themes, they are much more interpretable from like a subjective individual perspective than a lot of the other elements of the film. Like poor lighting, even if it's interpretable to the degree at which you could say like, yes, the lighting was poor in this movie, but perhaps it was intentional, sort of thing. Whereas like thematically, you might get a completely different perspective or idea out of a movie than was necessarily intended by the director or was experienced by many other people. So like you look at something like The Hunger Games, and that movie was literally just like, when it came out, people were it was like a blank slate for people to project their own political opinions on. So like
True.
Cenk Uygur saw like the elite there as being like Republican elite, and then people on Fox News were like, yeah, the Democratic elite, how they wanted to like kill all the kids, sort of thing. So I think that like themes are much more interpretable in that sense. Even looking at like a movie like Lars von Trier's Antichrist, you could come out of that movie either thinking he's like sexist or not. You could look at a movie like Under the Silver Lake being like, wow, this was really degrading against women, or it was a commentary about women being degraded in the film industry, right? And so I think if you were to look at like movies thematically, even with the director's intent involved, I think it says more about the person creating the film than it necessarily does about the quality of the film.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. I'm thinking about it. I think there's a fair degree of subjectivity to an appraisal of any element of a movie, though obviously it's fairly, like, you know, sometimes like acting is just bad, and you have it. Sometimes it's good, and there's always a little wiggle room and gray area, but you can make those assessments. Whereas there are people who would say, you know, well, Nazism is actually good, so this movie is good for that reason. But I do think there's, you know, a commonality there with the subjectivity of the appraisals. And I wonder sometimes if we should judge art as how effectively it matches the intentions of its creators, or for how much good it does to the world, you know, in a sort of broad utilitarian sense, or how much good it could do to the world, how much good it's capable of doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good way to analyze art. I just wonder sometimes about works of art that one would consider technically good, but promote very, very bad themes.
But that's the thing, though, is like, even if a movie is potentially promoting bad themes, it isn't necessarily to a lot of people. And there are people that can come out of it with the exact opposite perspective or message than you did, right? And that's the beauty of like interpreting themes from a film.
That's true, but certainly some themes are deliberately meant to evoke certain feelings or move people in a certain direction.
Yeah, but that would be the difference between, like, I would say that wouldn't be an issue with the themes themselves. That would be an issue with how they're presented, right? So in a movie like Parasite, it wasn't like really heavy-handed sort of thing. Like it was appropriate for the film. It benefited the story. Like, it played into the actual story. It wasn't like, hey, let me preach to you for a bit and interrupt the movie, right?
Right.
When movies do that, I would argue that it goes against the quality of the film. But yeah, if it's more interpretable and it actually serves a purpose in the story, then, you know, it can go either way.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. I mean, but propaganda, for example. I mean, what was it?
Well, that would be an example of heavy-handed.
Of course,
right?
of course. I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing to be heavy-handed. I'm just concerned about what the outcomes of the heavy-handed themes are. Sometimes, I mean, you can have the opposite problem sometimes too, though, right? You just said, like, for example, the Hunger Games, like, people just say this and that. They'll interpret it any which way. I think people felt the same way about the Joker, because everyone seemed to believe the Joker was, like, their call to action.
Well, the problem is, like, people were arguing about that movie before they'd even seen it. Right?
Yeah.
They're like, well, months before the release, people were trying to paint the politics of the film when they knew nothing about the movie, and that was like, I would argue that that's a bit of a problem. And I think that part of the reason for that is not only, like, I guess, the divisive political discourse in America, but also, you know, the what was it, Aurora Dark Knight Rises shooting. People believe that the guy dressed up as the Joker and was inspired by him, but that's literally not true. He just picked the most popular movie at the time, and he happened to have dyed hair. It could have been any movie. That was literally just that's just a news story that got people ran with it and then never corrected it, sort of thing. But that is a belief that people generally have about that, and so people were concerned, like, oh no, is this other Joker movie going to inspire another mass shooter or something like that? And
well,
also,
I mean, they were
you know,
begging
you look
for
at
it.
Who? Sorry?
They were the media. It seemed like
Yeah.
They were just like crossing, because I mean, it's a great story. You know, it's very very marketable. You know, the new Joker film comes out, incel, you know, Mecca every movie theater, shootings all across the country. Didn't happen. At least, I don't think there were any shootings in movie theaters playing the Joker. Yeah. So that kind of fell flat. But then the Joker made $1 bajillion. So I guess wasn't too harmful to the movie's reputation, at least.
Yeah, exactly. And that, brings back the sort of Streisand effect thing that I was talking about. Like, it was free promotion.
Yeah.
Right. You look at like Trump's presidency, he got a bunch of that before he became president. He got a bunch of free promotion from people being like, look at this guy. And then all of a sudden he's more of a household name than ever before. People saw his name and voted for him.
Yeah, that unearned media. I mean, at least I like the Joker. I'm not a huge fan of Trump, so I guess I'm okay with it going this way than the other. So you've been doing the movie reviewing game for a pretty long time. Do you have any interest in producing a movie? I know you've dabbled before, but like getting, because you've quite a bit of prestige at this point. Do you want to transition this into like an actual production studio of some kind?
What do you mean, like the film reviewing, or
like for the production of a film,
things?
like making a real getting down there, getting your fingernails dirty, that sort of thing?
I've started like dabbling in like there's like a bunch of like homemade movies I made when I was like in high school and shit. And I would like to make an actual real production. Right now, my focus on the projects I'm working on outside of my film reviews would be my album that I'm finishing up. And part of that is a music video that I'm done filming. I just need to edit, but I'm not going to do that until I'm done the next like YMS project I'm working on. And so with that particular music video, it was essentially, I think it's important to kind of work with what you have and learn as you go and correct your mistakes, and be your own toughest critic in a sense. So the music video that I filmed, which is not out yet, is one where I was in concept. It was something that I was able to film completely by myself, just camera, tripod, no narrative. It's going to come together like basically in the editing sort of thing. And I have a plan for like how the shots are lined up. I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but it's
you don't have to lay out the whole production process or nothing. But
but essentially it's something that step one would be becoming more familiar with like the camera and lenses and stuff. And that's a project where if a shot doesn't work, I don't have to use it, sort of thing. And just a lot of freedom in terms of being able to fail in certain ways and correcting mistakes and having something turn out in the end. And so after that point, I would like to make more professional of productions. And there's like 12 tracks on the album. Maybe I'll make another music video after that point that is something that requires like an actual crew. And then, maybe after that point, I'll step it up from there and make a short film, and then, et cetera, et cetera. It's, just take baby steps, and then work your way up. You don't want to go like full force into a gigantic film production when you don't really have any idea what you're doing practically. As much as people can critique other art forms, it's very different to actually be doing it yourself, and you have to learn through hands-on experience, right? So
filmmaking looks exhaustingly difficult. I tried a few times to make video games before. It's a different skill set, of course, with the Unity engine or the Game Maker Studio and stuff. And even the most tepid base level understanding of some of the technicalities needed to get off the ground are ridiculous. So the barrier to entry is pretty punitive, which is unfortunate because just earlier in the stream I was actually outlining my phenomenal movie idea, or I think it's actually a prediction. This will happen. This will come to pass. That will be made about the coronavirus sometime after all this is over. May I share it with you?
Sure. This is an idea about the coronavirus for what? Like a video game or?
No, this is a movie. It's gonna happen.
A movie. Okay.
It's going to happen. Okay. I'm just a channel from the future. I have nothing to do with the actual production of this movie. Okay. You know how I don't know if you've been following the immediate discourse, but over the past day or so, there have been a bunch of conservative figures in America who have been trying to push for people to go back to work because the stock market's plummeting. They just really, really want folks to get back to work. We'll just deal with the virus when we get to it. And I thought, if that actually takes place and we actually all just like sacrifice ourselves to capital and go on ahead and go back to working at the Quickie Mart, and all catch corona and flood our healthcare system, I would love it if there was some Gallipoli style movie where we follow some brave American patriot, some vet who made it out of the Iraq War, loves his country, apple pie, tear in his eye when he sings the Pledge of Allegiance. And then he hears, coronavirus. First he thinks it's a hoax because of Trump, but then actually it turns out it's real. Whoops, what are you going to do? And he says, I served my country once before. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do it again. I'm going back to my 8-hour shift at Islands Restaurant. And they go out there and the movie, they just slowly rot away as they catch it and give it to everyone else, and then ends with them being thrown in a mass grave. And it's like Gallipoli, kind of. They die right at the end.
Sounds a little depressing. Might need a bit more story structure though.
Listen, we'll work on it sometime between now and 60 years from now when it's made. Gallipoli was actually a really influential movie on me when I was a kid. I think it may have helped make me a leftist. It's a really good movie. Or wait, you know more than me. Is it actually bad and I just have a...
You're going to have to spell out the title. I'm not sure I've seen it.
Oh, Gallipoli. The Australian guy, World War I, gets shot fighting the Turks.
How do I spell that?
I think it's Gallipoli. I know you haven't seen every movie in existence.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, I just remember liking it a lot.
1981. Well, I'll add it to my watch list. I have not seen it.
I didn't spoil nothing, okay? It's all good.
That's fine.
Yeah. I need to watch more movies.
Same director as The Truman Show. Interesting.
Wait, really?
Yeah, although he didn't write The Truman Show. That was
okay. I didn't know that. Okay, what wonderful paths we build. I want to see more movies. The only movies that I've seen from this, I think actually the only movie I've seen this year is Sonic. That's this year, right?
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, it's pretty great. It's pretty good stuff. No, not biting.
Yeah. We're getting some digital releases now. So.
Wait, did it not come out in theaters immediately in Canada?
Oh, it did. No, I'm saying a lot of things are being moved to digital now.
Oh, okay.
I saw Sonic.
I mean, that's easier. Yeah. Sonic came out on my birthday, so I thought it'd be like a nice celebration. Oh, nice. Jojo Rabbit was 2019, babe. That was also a really good movie. Yeah, Sonic was an immediate classic. Yeah, Jojo Rabbit's from last year. Whatever. Movies are hard to watch. I don't know. And now none of us can watch movies. We're all locked up.
You can watch them at home.
Yeah, well, we can do that, but we're all locked up forever. Do you are there any movies in particular for this year that you're looking forward to?
Yes. Off the top of my head, there's Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan. It's kind of a normie answer, but whatever. I like him. Let's see what we got here. I'm just gonna check my watch list. Oh yeah, I'm like vaguely interested in seeing that Bad Trip movie with Eric Andre just pranking people, but I don't expect it to be great. I just like Eric Andre.
I mean, if it's as good as Bad Grandpa was, I know it's going to be an immediate classic. Grab the hearts of the audience.
I wasn't a big fan of Bad Grandpa.
Not a huge one.
No, I'd prefer like the Jackass movies. I prefer if you're gonna even do like a narrative pranking movie, I prefer Borat and Bruno.
These movies make me want to kill myself. I don't know if I have the constitution to watch them. I have way too much secondhand cringe. It's a genetic deficiency on my part.
Just scrolling through my watch list here. There's Peninsula, which is the sequel to Train to Busan, which is a South Korean zombie movie that's coming out this year, I guess.
Is it also a zombie movie?
Yeah, I mean it's a sequel to a zombie movie. So I would assume it's also a zombie movie.
You can pivot between 1 and 2. You can take it in some wacky directions. Could be a vampire movie second.
I'm excited for the digital release of Blumhouse's Fantasy Island because it looks bad, and I was hoping to watch it in theaters and laugh at it, but it disappeared from theaters really quickly.
Blumhouse is that fella who
Um,
does all the horror movies, right?
Mostly horror movies. The vast majority being horror movies. His like business model is basically just throw money at everything and something will stick, and it's actually a pretty good business model.
Huh.
They're all like relatively low budget. A lot of artistic freedom with the directors, which is nice. And yeah, most of it's trash, but every once in a while there's a decent Blumhouse.
At least more movies are getting made.
Technically, Whiplash was a Blumhouse film. Get Out was a Blumhouse film.
Oh, well, that one was
Yeah,
pretty darn good.
There's a few good ones.
Wait, Whiplash? Was Whiplash a
weird,
small?
right?
Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't fit
Yeah,
with the pro. Okay, sure.
I mean, it was produced by Jason Blum. I don't know if it's the production company in the title was Blumhouse, but it might have been.
Huh.
But yeah, he definitely produced that.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. I guess. Thanks to him, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Do you...
Most of my like most hyped like favorite movies that show up in the year are like much later in the year, like closer to September when it's like kind of like film festival season. I guess like a lot of them premiere at Cannes, which would be happening in May, but it looks like it's probably not going to happen this year. So I don't know what they're going to do with that, but let's hope that Toronto Film Festival isn't canceled in September. We'll have to see.
Yeah, all my anime cons are getting canceled. We have got to have something to look forward to. Have you seen The Hunt yet?
I've seen both of them, the two of the same title, but they're completely unrelated movies. The Hunt 2020 is probably the one you're talking about.
I am.
And yes, I saw
I'm
it.
referring to that one.
And I will take this opportunity to recommend The Hunt 2012, which is a really amazing Danish film by Thomas Vinterberg, which is like an amazing film that I don't know. It's one of those movies where you can like show it to everybody and anybody and they'll enjoy it. It's kind of depressing and stressful. It's not like a happy movie, but it's amazing. Yeah, I saw 2020 The Hunt. I recorded a review for it. It's not out yet. I've got somebody editing it right now.
Oh, you don't got to spoil your opinion or nothing. I just know this is going to be one of
mean,
those movies that infiltrates political discourse.
Did you see it though?
I have not seen it. I've just seen people complaining and or praising it.
What political perspective do you see? Do you believe the movie is coming from, and what side of the political perspective do you see complaining about the movie?
Well, if I had to take a guess, I would probably say that the movie is an irreverent satire that both sides could probably project themselves onto. It's probably like a limp-wristed critique of the establishment in big quotation marks that could be sort of broadly applied to either the left or the right, and it's more of it's just a critique of like power differentials and like the exploitation and abuse of working people than it is like any specific political thing. But I do know there are a lot of conservatives that I've seen talking about how it's a satire of how Democrats think white people are like inhuman, and I've seen a lot of left-leaning people saying that it's going to end up being fascist propaganda. So I don't really know.
Yeah, I wonder how many of these people were complaining before they'd actually seen the movie, because it's one of those. Honestly, it's a movie that is basically just marketing itself on being controversial, and the whole political angle to the film doesn't even really need to be there. It's kind of frustrating because at its core, it is kind of like a dumb, fun horror comedy, like, rich people hunting human beings sort of thing, which has been done a million times. But the only difference in this one is like the people being hunted are like conservatives that have said like problematic things online, and the people doing the hunting are like, I guess, like parody level woke liberal rich people. And it's really to try and extract a political perspective from the movie is almost just like taking the bait, because I think that those political I think that the political angle in the movie is literally just only there to kind of troll and be controversial, and I don't think it's actually taking any kind of like political stance. It's an issue when it's a movie that basically almost pretends as if it's actually saying something when it isn't. It's basically like the Friedberg Seltzer version of political statements. And those directors I just mentioned, they made like epic movie, disaster movie, date movie,
Yeah, those
things where it's like you can't really call them parody, it's just reference humor, right?
Yeah.
And so in that same sense, The Hunt is not like, it's not a political movie, it's just political references. So you'll get like throwaway lines from the conservative characters being like, oh, I love my guns and stuff like that, and cuck and blah blah blah, and then the liberal characters will be like, oh, you can't do that, that person's not white, sort of thing. And it's just like, yeah, like there are things that are being said that you can recognize from political discourse, but it's not saying anything, and that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, the discourse
Otherwise, the
around
movie
like
was fun. It's just kind of annoying, the political angle.
No, I mean, it's effective marketing, especially these days. I remember the Epic movie and all the other ones. God, what superhero movie and the whole fucking collection of them. I remember those being defining sort of nexi of internet discourse back when I was in like high school or early college. Those movies were abominably bad. Yeah, my God. Oh, can I actually ask for your advice on something? Because we talked about Blumhouse.
Sure.
Yeah. I cannot for the life of me get into horror films. They all feel like hyper derivative, like with the jump scare and the screech music, and they play off the same tropes, and it's really easy to make them because all you have to do is manufacture an emotion, and it can be easy to do that because we're very simple creatures on a fundamental level. Do you have like that? I know you know there are good horror movies. You've covered them on their channel, but is there like a way to approach horror movies that you think is like more healthy?
You have to, I would say, with any genre, but even particularly horror movies, I would say to be more, seek them out based on the people involved, not based on the premise or like the trailer, because a movie can be marketed in any way. And at this point, the company is hired to produce advertisements and trailers for these movies. They're really, really, really good at what they do. And when you look at horror movie trailer editing, look at like Evil Dead 2013 trailer or like the Crawl trailer and stuff like that. Everything's like really like, it's got like a rhythm to it. It's like click, 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 bam, cut, black. Like the trailer editing is so good.
They're geniuses. That's where all the effort goes.
It's better than the movie, right? And the problem that I have with a lot of these trailers is like, it's one thing to market a film. It's another thing to present a tone or a feeling that you will never get from watching the movie. And the trailer is supposed to, you know, represent what you might get out of the movie, but it doesn't do that. So when looking at horror movies, I would argue that there are entire years where there is not even a good horror movie, and people have gotten so mad that I've said that, but I mean, it's good in my perspective. You can't force me to like something, right? But yeah, I think A24 is doing a pretty good job at distributing and producing kind of like subversive weird horror movies at this point. And they're also guilty of, I guess, marketing their films in a way that is kind of dishonest. But the problem with the reason why it's a bit more forgivable with A24 is they're like, all of their horror films, or the majority of them at least, the more notable ones, they're so against the grain, and they're horror films, but they're not like the standard horror film. And to get people to watch a horror film in theaters, you have to pretend it's a familiar experience, unfortunately. So
yeah, with the same like the trailer beats and everything.
Yeah, It Comes at Night was a really great movie, but most people who watched the trailer and thought it was going to be something different didn't like it. The Lighthouse, is it a horror movie? I guess so, but I love the movie. It's like my favorite movie of last year. Under the Skin is a really great, really, really weird horror movie. And yeah, like I think that a lot of the best horror movies, in my opinion, are ones that are like horror kind of mixed with something else. Like it's horror technically by definition, but it's not like the formulated slasher, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it's not like I guess this generation's version of that is like the haunting ghost, you know, kind of movies at this point.
I've always felt, I don't know if this is like an attempt at pretentiousness on my part. But I've always felt like the kind of horror I really like is it's the stuff that's done in like foreign video games really well, you know? Silent Hill 2 is everyone's go-to. I think Pathologic did a really good job where it's this building sense of dread and unease that gets occasionally you're like, yeah, you gets you. And I just don't know. God, the last
So more like tone, right?
I haven't seen many. The last horror movie I saw in theaters was The Visit. And I was
Oof.
yeah, you know, it didn't really sell me. I for years I thought like there are no good horror movies. Maybe The Visit will be good. Didn't know who made it. Yeah, didn't see his name on the trailer. Went in, you know, oof.
So have you seen any of the ones that I just mentioned though?
Not
the
a
Lighthouse,
single one. I want to see The
Comes at
Lighthouse.
Night. Yeah. So make a list or whatever. The Lighthouse, It Comes at Night, Under the Skin. It Follows is pretty good. It has logical issues, but like it's really good like tone, and you know it's a fun sellable concept too. Yeah, a lot of A24 things. The Witch I would say is like hit or miss with people. Watch it with subtitles. Don't expect like a traditional horror movie, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah.
It
Did
really
you
depends
wait,
on what you're looking for out of a movie.
Vermin? What is the movie that you liked so badly? We can get an official appraisal on the way out. I think. There's a horror movie she really likes. Is it The Witch? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I don't know how many good horror movies there are. Maybe there's the ones you listed and maybe like 3 more. Oh, Deborah Logan. Is that one decent in your humble opinion?
I'm gonna have to look this up. Deborah.
Oh, The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Okay, let's see. Deborah Logan. 2014.
There were snakes.
Yeah, I didn't see this. And I
6 out of 10.
the director of Escape Room. Oh no, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this one. But you know, to each their own, I guess.
This
Doesn't look like my cup of tea, but I can add it to my watch list and maybe see it at some point. But I don't think it's something I'm gonna enjoy just based off of director, the rating from producer Brian Singer. Interesting. Ooh.
I don't know who any of these people are. I know that the movie was spooky. There were spooky things that happened.
Brian Singer is the pedophile who directed that Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody was directed by a pedophile?
Look it up.
That's weird. That doesn't seem like something that should happen. Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
well. Hollywood.
Getting the Pizzagate. That's what we should have talked about. The fucking Anon Pizzagate conspiracies. Whatever the case may be. I know that you've got a lot of shit that you need to get to, and I'll likely you produce far more content than I do. I'm a fucking live streamer. Thank you so much for talking with me. I have an enormous amount of respect for what you do. You are
thank you so much.
my entry point to the entirety of cinema, sort of as an art form. So don't die to Corona, because then I'll have to completely reassess my perspective on art. And yeah, thank you very much.
I'll try my best. Thank you. That was fun.
Have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
I can't ask everyone to say trans rights, guys. Yeah, I admit, he definitely came off as pretty disinterested. Such is life. What are you going to do? Oh, I can? Oh, yeah, I apologize. So sorry. Next time, every single person I have on. Didn't I ask, was it Lana, the senatorial candidate? Did I do the trans rights thing with her? I did 6 months ago. I'm bigger now. I was cringe? I don't think I was cringe. Nah, I don't think I was cringe. Listen, I have a finely tuned cringe censor. Oh wait, he just messaged me and said I wasn't disinterested. Lol, it was fun. I am live streaming right now. I love you, Adam. It's the products you produce are deeply valuable to me. Simp? You fucking not every. It's not a simp to like art. All right, yeah, okay. All right, yeah, okay. All right. Hey, I really appreciate the art you produce. Fucking simp, bro. Fucking loser. You like things? You like stuff? Wow. Anyway, I don't know if you're still watching, but I love you, Adam. All right, go. Be free. Good luck. Thank you for introducing me to Neil Breen, the Breenster, a real human Breen, and be well. I simp for Adam? That's right. Where are my Adam simpers in chat? Where are my simpsters? That's what I want to know. Where are you at? There we go. Now we have people being honest. Now we have some genuine simpsting going on. There we go. There we go. Let me get some work on. Good luck with your work, Adam. May we all live out this pandemic. Only some of us will die. Did you ask him about horsecocks? Wait, okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm curious. While I started the pre-stream a while back, and a bunch of people in the pre-stream made jokes about fursuits and horsecocks. Is Adam like a furry? I know that Adam has the horse head thing, but that horse head thing is a joke. They're like you aren't a furry just because you have it, or is he actually? Oh, he is a furry. Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't fucking care. How did you not know? I don't know everything. What? He's gotten furry art before, including porn. That's fucking based. A horse sona too. Are you kidding me? Man after my own heart. You fucking kidding me? God damn. I thought he just had the meme head. You guys know the horse meme because everyone would. The muscle guy put the horse head on, and then he would do jumping jacks or something. The horse head, you know? You can't be serious? Whoa. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My apologies. In the future, I will. In the future, I will make sure to research the fucking the sexual proclivities of every person that I ever have on my fucking stream. Okay? Yeah, this was the one time I could have talked about horse dicks. If he wanted all of this known, he could have put it in his fucking YMS videos, okay? He could have put it. I didn't even tell him. He's probably not listening anymore. I didn't even tell him, but the oh shit, he is listening. Base shit, Adam. I don't know if you're gay. All right, I have no idea. I'm not throwing anything out there. Base shit. All right. Good ass. He is? What? Do I not know any? Okay. All right. I'm so sorry, guys, for elevating myself above identity politics and caring exclusively about the art he produces. Do you do research in your guests? I do research I don't have to do research. I've been watching his fucking videos since I was still shooting ropes in the shower because I had a fucking shared family computer. Fucking. Can I show this? This is public, guys. I can show this. Look, he's got a horse, the persona. This is fucking based, guys. This is good. I like this. I was into horse sonas before BoJack Horseman, okay? That's some based ass shit right there. Good ass meme. You know what fucking sucks? Most fursonas they all look the same. There's like a default fursona that everyone looks like, okay? But this is not that. This actually looks like Adam, except it's a horse. I mean, the hair's the same, but so's the face, you know? Except it's a horse face. That's a good fursona. Probably pay good money for that, you know? That's what I'm saying. Babe, have you heard about his take on bestiality? It's kind of... Okay. I don't care. Listen, of all the fucking political of all the people, of all the fucking political live streamers, do you really think I'm the one who's going to get on someone's case on that subject in particular? Yeah, why are you people trying to make me fucking beef? Where's this, why are you serving me a dish of beef? Why was I invoked? Oh yeah, Hyena, can you get the art of that one artist who does the really good fursonas? They're like a black artist, and there was the hyena with the dreads and stuff. Can you link that to me? I want an example of what a good fursona looks like, okay? You don't remember his name? Okay. Can I get like an example of a bad fursona? Hold on. Jesus Christ, why are people in fucking Destiny subreddit posting all of my tweets? Fucking cringe. Wait, hold on. Fursona. I don't want the fursuit thing. I just want the... No, this is actually cute. Hold on. I'm trying to... Where's the default... Where's the default fursona? Hold on. Everyone... Ooh, it's this. Okay, listen. Listen. I'm not shit-talking anyone. Guys, you know how... you guys know how open and accepting I am, okay? You guys know I am just... It's this, okay? It's this. It's just adding so many pictures right now. Okay, listen. It's this. It's this face shape. It's this. There's a is that just mirrored? I don't know. It's the same snout face, semi-cartoonish smile that goes past where snout mouths actually do. The same eye placement, the same bulging cheeks, and then they just add accessories to it. That's what they do. They do this all the time. I know this is all canine stuff. Can I find like a bad horse? It's all the same stuff. It's all, look, the mouth, they all do the same. And look, these are really talented artists, okay? These are talented artists. I'm not shit-talking the art. I'm just saying this is like the furry face right here. Look into its fucking eyes. It's the same. And then you just change colors and add accessories. Okay? Wait, hold on. Wait, horse fursona. We need like a... Okay, no, that one's fine. Okay, that's just a horse head. I'm doing this off stream. Hold on. It's not... What? I googled horse sona, and it's just giving me drawings of horses. It's not a horse sona if it's just a fucking horse drawing. This is the horse face, okay? This is the omni horse fursona, okay? This is the all... It encompasses all. And it does the same thing, where the mouth isn't right, and they have the eyes, and... You know what I'm talking about, folks, don't you? You know what I'm talking about. This, though, distinct. This is me simping, okay? This is, though, distinct, iconic. Actual facial expression rather than the default fucking mouth smiley. Distinct facial expression. Actually fucking looks like Adam. Hair's like Adam's. It's easy to make the hair look like the person's, because hair you just put on top of a horse, you know? Distinct. It's a cute horse! True! That's fucking true, guys. That's very true. All right, we're done. Okay, we're done. Let's focus on other stuff. Wait, let me. This. That's just a horse. Anyone who thinks that's just a horse sona face is clearly not acquainted with the intricate realm of furry art persona development, okay? Not cultured. Honestly. You're out of your depth, folks. You're out of your depth. You're walking into a 5-star restaurant, okay? And you're being served the cheese, and you take a bite with a fork, and you take the cheese, and you're like, damn, this needs salt. So you pull out one of your In-N-Out ionized salt packet things, and you rip it, and you just shh, and then you eat it, and you're like, yeah, now that's some fucking cheese. That's what you're like. That's what you're like. Yeah, that's what you're like. Yeah, it's disgusting, and that's what they're like. Who put salt and cheese? I know! Who put salt and cheese? Ionized salt? Yeah, ionized. Iodized. You know what I'm talking about? Table salt. Does Vosh own a bad dragon? No, listen, only in my pants, okay? Iodized. Oh, so sorry. Oh, iodized. Oh, yeah. Okay, so when somebody says ionized salt, your immediate reaction is to think, well, hold on. The ions in the salt are not subject up for discussion. This is clearly irrational. I need to get the clarification. Oh, you meant iodized salt, the other only possible thing that you could have been referring to. That makes perfect sense in context. Oh, I'm so glad I clarified. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Should probably finish donation, shouldn't we? Bringing out the Wallace Shawn voice? I don't know who that is. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful with 5. Vosh, how do you respond to Nazis saying gas chamber windows a window theory? Wonderful, wonderful. You messaged me this the other stream, and I responded to it the other stream in great detail. I have a section on my research document that deals with Holocaust denial stuff. Balthazar with the $5. Oh, the other thing was to check out Stream Elements. They might have a better API. I was sending you the video because it's dancing trash pandas. I do love me some raccoons, comrade. You were sending it to get me demonetized. I know what you're up to. And Tiny Raven with the $5. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about replication crisis and social scientists sometimes. Stay safe. Yes. Yes. Replication crisis. I'm very knowledgeable on this subject. Yes. Replicate. Oh, wait, I actually am. Wait, I actually am familiar with this. I just wasn't aware of the name. It's actually a very real problem. How did my glasses get dirty? What the fuck? Access to that. Yeah, well, you know what? Since you guys don't believe me, I'm not even going to say what it is. I love sometimes coming into YouTube chat. Vosh, looks like capitalism is feeding him well. I love getting little takes like that, you know? I can be having a great time with stream, and sometimes I'll peep at YouTube chat just to see what's going on, maybe get like a little feel, and someone will be in there, retard fat Vosh sipping well from teat of capitalism, socialist hypocrite, die. And like all the caps are in the wrong places, you know? Yeah, I dislike capitalism, yet I eat, you know? I do like it. I do. It adds flavor. Yeah, it's true. I don't engage with capital. The only way in which I engage with capital is that a very small portion of the donations that I get go to PayPal and YouTube, respectively. Oh my fucking god, dude. I had to... Geronimo Roeder with the combined $150 donation split amongst 2 donations, which means I get 30 cents less. I'll survive. The $150 donation between the two. I feel challenged by Sake Tanuki, and we're number 1. Hey, Geronimo Roeder, listen to me, okay? All of you listen well. There is absolutely no competition to donate as much as you can. I love all of you. I adore all of you, okay? There's no fighting, but I will admit, being able to pay my rent, it's pretty cool. And damn, I really fucking appreciate that. You are indeed, I think, indisputably, number 1 donator today. Please do not feel as though this is a position you have to maintain into perpetuity to maintain my love for you. My love for you, along with my love for all of my beautiful children, is undying, eternal, and unconditional. I am a radiant beacon of love that exudes energy outwards at all times, encompassing all of you in the just overwhelming, emotional reciprocity I offer you all. No parasocial. Geronimo Ruder, thank you so much. I really fucking appreciate it, dude. I really, 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 really do. Especially since I recently spent all this money on Warhammer miniatures. And food. That also cost a lot. Do you have any idea how expensive good pet food is, too? I had no fucking idea how fucking... I just realized if Adam was a furry, I absolutely should have asked him if he's seen Beastar. Damn it! It's a good ass anime. Yeah, Beastars. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Beastars. Not Cats. I know he's seen Cats because he made a video on it. Yeah, the one singular Beastar. Yeah. Beastar is good. Yeah, Beastar is very, very good. Did I read the manga? No, but I want to. That's basically Beastars. I basically summed up the manga for you. You guys don't have to worry about it anymore. Sebastian Brandt with the incredibly generous 100 Swedish kronar message. That's fucking true. You did send me a message of love, and I appreciate it. Somniostatic with the $5. It shows a good picture of me. Really good. All right. It's on you guys now. If you can get it to work. That's a long-ass link. You did capture me. Professor Studs with the $5. I think I lost the Dono to API. Vosh Shapiro debate win. Professor Studs, Shapiro does not debate people who he knows would have even the slightest chance of challenging him. Geronimo Reader, what the fuck? Shapiro would never, ever, ever challenge somebody to a debate if he felt there was even the slightest chance of him being challenged. He is a massive coward. There is no chance of a debate with him ever. But it is nice to have been acknowledged by him. Archon with the tier 1 sub. Can you imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie? Monogatari has problematic aspects. Full Metal Alchemist is based. Hydration is praxis. Play Persona 5. You don't have to respond to any of these cum builds. Didn't stumble once. Get fucked! Actually, well, don't, actually. I appreciate it. Thank you for the subscription. Got him. Coach Rig with the $3. Been watching your streams for months. Love the content. Would appreciate you debating at Candace Owens types, such as the Wright brothers. Would be comical. I don't know who the Wright brothers are, but I mean, I'm happy to debate anyone as long as they've got a point to argue. Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. I don't know what a Candace Owens type means. What, like an I left the left type? If only I could get a debate with that fucking lesbian bitch. If that is her real name. The Crimson Drummer with the $5. Love both of your guys' content. So glad to have the opportunity to talk with both of you. You're both an inspiration in different ways to me. I'll let them know. Thank you, comrade. I really appreciate it. Though Adam, has been putting out stuff quite a bit longer than I have. That's for goddamn sure. Doggo with the $5. Here's a good Sona artist, my mom. Baby. I don't know if that's a Sona, but baby. Nice. Tell your mom I said I love her. Edward Thompson with the $2. Love your content. Your live now showed for me. Yeah, it looks like they seem to have fixed the YouTube issue. Balthazar with the $5. When are you playing Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes with Vermin? Have you Cupheaded? Might be a good stream set of games. I do want to play Cuphead on stream, 100%. Maybe someday I'll do Catane with Hyena. Maybe someday. We'll see. We'll have to see how it plays out. Richard with $5. Thanks. I'll tell her to message you in Discord. I'm guessing that's what you mean by email. No. I have an email. voshvideo@gmail.com. Discord messages are no guarantee to get responses there. I feel like she can learn a lot about community organizing from you. I'm not very good at community organizing, my friend. I do online advocacy. Community organizing requires a different set of skills, but I'll respond. I'll give it a response, you know? I'll do my best. Marcus Sarin with 59 kroner. Thank you. Vosh just finished Last of Us for the second time. What are your thoughts on that game as well as the upcoming sequel and TV show? I have never played The Last of Us. Terribly sorry. I have never played The Last of Us, so I have no fucking idea. No clue whatsoever. I don't know anything about it apart from like the only thing I know about The Last of Us is that like there are pictures of like The Last of Us 2 and the girls, and a bunch of guys were like, wow, they don't even look like my sex dolls, you know? So they like cringed or something. I don't know. Courtney with the $5. Vosh, the horror director you're looking for is David Lynch. Start with Eraserhead or Mulholland Drive. Wait, wasn't David Lynch the guy he just said was a pedophile, or was that another guy? No, that must have been another guy. Oh, Brian Singer. Okay. Listen, I can only keep so many names in my head at one time. Hal970FX with the $2. Vosh calling out resting Yif face. Get him out of here. And Sake Tanuki with the $5. Why don't we ever see Trash Panda, Llama, and Tanuki fursonas for a bunch of artists you'd think they'd have more artistic creativity? Yeah. No, unironically, yeah. I feel like all fursonas are fucking dogs and cats, you know? I guess those are the animals we have the easiest time projecting human emotions onto, but raccoon, if nothing else, raccoon fursonas are quality stuff. Quality content. Llama are really cute. There are so many cute fursonas and B-stars. Everyone should go watch it. Sealoff with the $5. Have you seen BNA yet? First 6 episodes got leaked and it's pretty hype so far. No, but I want to, maybe even tonight. Depending on whether or not I end up doing more miniature painting. Marcus Sarin with 59 kroner. Thank you. What do you think of the scene in Jojo Rabbit when the Gestapo come to visit and everyone says Heil Hitler to each other about 30 or 40 times? I mean, I thought it was really funny. I don't know. I mean, the Heil Hitler scene where everyone said Heil Hitler to each other. So like it's like 6 people all doing it to one another, like handshakes or that's not a spoilers. Fuck you. I thought it was really funny because I mean, obviously it's silly on its own, but it's also it's a satirization of like the mechanical deference to authority that gets placed even in front of sense in such a society. You know? Does that make sense? That makes sense, right? Like. Their society is so mechanically organized around deference to the state that even when it's desperately unneeded, they'll still, you know, prostrate themselves before the ceremony of Heil Hitlering each other. I don't know. I thought it was really funny. Geronimo Roeder with the $20. My man. My man, Geronimo Roeder. Thank you. What was your favorite part of Beastar? Mine was the black market. My man. My favorite part of Beastar was when Haru was getting ready to choke on 9.5 inches of fat wolf cock. That was my favorite part. When Haru was just fucking going into the fucking fluff and getting ready to unfurl the massive the massive legumi knot. The big fucking. That's what I was looking forward to. You know, that's the quality content. Wasn't this the scene you showed on stream? Yup. It's good stuff. Unironically, though, the theater scene where the dear dude, James, was trying to perform with the broken leg, did that? Yeah, that was good. Soviet Ball with the $5. Sir, AdMech is cool and all, but true practice is joining the gene stealer cults and literally eating the rich. Ah, fuck off. The rich are low IQ. Gene stealer cults are all eating the 200 IQ proletarian geniuses who work the factories. Marcus Sarin with 59 kroner, thank you. What do you think of Grimes, the woman with Elon Musk's spawn growing within her womb? I don't know anything about Grimes. I don't know anything about Grimes. I don't know anything about Grimes, Marcus. I'm very, very sorry. Presumably, if she can put up with Elon Musk, she must herself be some flavor of intolerable, but I'm not entirely sure. Monotone Vanilla with a 50 Norwegian kroner. Good horror movies you'll probably want to commit to memory, but oh well. Possession, Houseu, Perfect Blue, Martyrs, Hereditary, and Boku no Pico. Boku no Pico. That's an anime, isn't it? Hentai Shotokan Yaoi anime miniseries. All right. Okay. Let's see. Knew I'd heard that before. I see how you guys are. Yeah, I see. I'm onto your shit. Hey Wobble with the gifted tier 1 sub. Vosh, I can't use the Discord Pepe hands. Also, Minecraft server win. Minecraft server never. Fuck you. And the Discord will be open soon. I don't know. Email the support. Jacob Bushi with $5. It's really funny how Des Tiny subreddit is now calling you the Beverly Hillbilly. Yeah, it's really funny how once Destiny's community was even remotely challenged, they start resorting to unironic, literally resorting to the tactics that Sargon and Jesse Lee Peterson used, where they tried to discredit my political opinions because I grew up in Beverly Hills. Yeah, you know. All right, listen up, folks. Stupid bullshit aside, I think it is now time for us to draw this wonderful stream to a close. I love you all so much. You're all beautiful people. Good news. Tomorrow, Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal. Rip and tear, baby. We rip and we tear, okay? That's what I'm saying. No politics, though. But Doom Eternal. I'll probably do it at night. Like 5 p.m.? I don't know. Basically depends on whatever I want to do. Love you guys. Stay safe. Stay cozy. Practice social distancing. You're going to make it. We're all going to make it, comrades.